Well, hello there. Isn't that exciting? We are live. Welcome along to episode 16, believe it or not, of Beldania. Nobody would have believed that if they told you that now.
Episode 16.
Today I have playing with me Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. Today I will be playing Sebastian Belmont, who is a human in a cat body abjuration wizard.
Yeah, something like that. I have Jamal.
Hey guys, it's Jamal here. I'll be playing the other goddamn cat, Kiavo. The Onion Order of Describes Wizard.
I have Jodai.
Yes, I play Hennick Littlefield, the halfling farmer and bard.
And I have Rico.
Hello, I'm Rico, and rounding out our furry party, I am playing Torin Goldenbrand, the Dragonborn Paladin.
He's scaly, not furry.
Next best thing.
Normally we would have the great Bruno playing Natasha Eilert. Bruno is away in Portugal having a lovely holiday. We hope he's having a great time.
Yeah.
I have been instructed to use Healing Word as often as possible. I will use it as little as possible and hope that I still have some spell slots by the end of the game. I will be playing Bruno's character today in combat. Outside of combat, he will be a silent follower who happens to also have the light spell. Yeah, cool. So, without further ado, we left off last week in a dark dungeon. Yes, we did. And that is where we will pick up. So, you find yourselves... Oh,
James, do you want to stop sharing your screen with us?
no, I can't. Do you want me to change what I'm sharing? Because that is both what makes Jamal's camera work and what helps.
Oh, I can't do that. I cannot watch the stream.
Yeah, you can turn the stream on. Just scroll down. In all fairness, right now, you will see what I'm seeing, which is the end of the road. Allah, whoever
Yes.
sang that. Boys to Men, is that right? Yes. We have come to the end of the road.
I don't have a clue.
Until we come.
It is Boys to Men, right?
It is Boys to Men, yeah.
Okay, very good. I named a Kalan episode over that. Anyway, regardless, we found ourselves in a dead end, and we took a short rest, didn't we?
Apparently so.
And we knew that we could then head back the other way. Oh, imagine that. Torin, however, as you're looking around on the sort of on the edges of the crypt here, sort of touching things you shouldn't touch for a Torin style of things, please roll me a D100. Across the body of one skeleton, you remember these little medallions they were wearing? On the back of one medallion, it says Derek Page. And on
Mind blown, 88.
On said medallion...
Derek Page on said medallion.
On the character, you notice that there is still an arrow lodged slightly into his ribs. This arrow grants a +1 to hit, and if it matters by the time it actually does hit, +1 to damage. A successful attack is made while firing this arrow to fly away into the sky, zooming around this way and that, for 1d12 turns. At the end of which time it'll finally strike its target. If it's fired indoors or in a dungeon, the arrow will fly to the nearest exit, take the fastest route outside, so it can fly! There are no exits, it will buzz around like an angry hornet for however many turns are rolled, and then make a beeline straight back to the person who fired and strike them.
Nice.
Target. You have found yourselves an arrow flying.
Beautiful. I will take it and stick it in my back pocket.
That is such a long text description that I am unable to fit it all in one chat box. Allow expand. There we go. Cool. So beyond this, you do realize that you will have to move back the way you came and take a left. Let me just turn that GM like that.
James.
Yeah.
I don't even have a character on Beyond. Like I don't even have Torin in my a Torin token.
Because you weren't here. Yes, I remember. I apologize. You do have Torin. He does exist. We just need to give him to.
Okay.
I see him. It's all I see, but I see Torin.
Oh, it's all you see?
No, I mean,
That would
I'm
be
just thinking
frightening.
about how sad I am in the dark.
In players' journals, Torin. Can be edited and controlled by Torin. Save changes.
Wonderful.
Go ahead and put your
Lovely.
Torin token on the map over here.
Okay, and I shouldn't be able to see the map, or I should be able to see the map.
You should not be able to see the map. Okay,
gotcha.
you have put your token down. Do you have dark vision, sir?
I do not believe I do. No. No, the dragon birds don't get dark vision, do they?
Some do. I think some do not. It depends on which edition and which type of dragon. Because there are some dragonborns that are.
We decided on Fizzban's Metallic.
You went for Fizzban's Metallic, therefore you do not have dark vision.
Alrighty then I do not have dark vision.
Okay. Cool. I think it's the gem ones that have them. Anyway,
Oh,
so can you see a little bit here? Is Natasha still emitting light?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Sorry, you guys need Natasha to go first, don't you? For the sake of today's episode, who has dark vision? Is that just Sebastian?
I think I do as well.
Okay, Henrik. You have the you're gonna have the lantern. Actually, sorry, that's really. You'll have the lantern, and we're gonna give the amulet of bright light to Torin.
That makes sense.
Okay, just because obviously I was gonna make Henrik lead there, and that's really harsh. We'll make Torin lead. However, for the sake of this point, Torin, you don't know where you're going, so Sebastian, if you want to lead him back up to the top.
In my defense, Torin knows where he's going.
Mm-hmm. Torin knows he's going up here and taking a left. Oh, sorry, I'm about to put Henrik somewhere, and okay, there we go. Didn't mean to grab Henrik. Okay, so you guys opened this chest, and it exploded in your face.
Nice.
It wasn't very nice, was it? Except it was
No.
hilarious. Okay, you chased a target over here. Did you go all the way into this room to your right, Sebastian? You have that as part explored?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't have anything part explored on the map from me.
My
Yeah, I
I
don't
apologies.
don't
know.
either.
My apologies, there you go. It is now
Ooh,
fixed.
I probably won't be able to see it because I didn't play last week. So.
Yeah, no, they're having to fix it now, so Jamal has just taken a trip back down to where he's come from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Now, yeah.
Okay,
So,
sorry. So yes, you see here that you have a further path to your right as characters, to your left as you look at the screen, and you also have a couple of paths through to the right.
There's a chest. I mean, the thing is that that's. Yeah, Sebastian probably would care. He's just gonna be like, "There's a chest down here," and he's just gonna start walking.
A chest, you say?
Yeah.
Well,
Did we not? We didn't search this chest yet?
Sebastian, you can see two chests from where you're standing. I believe.
Talking about the one that's not opened.
No.
Yeah.
The one. You.
One
Which
open.
chest are you indicating, please?
Okay, so this one we opened,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I can
that's what I
see
thought.
This one.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Ooh, I don't see it.
I'm
there was
sorry, but
another passageway
I
we
see
passed.
more chests than you see. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah.
Should we go down and check out said chest?
Okay, can I just remind you guys that you chased an enemy into this room before?
Right, yeah, that one.
Yeah, you finished it off. You saw a chest, but you went back to check the original chest. So if you wish to go right a little bit, all of you.
I'm down. Lead the way, Henrik.
All right then.
Okay, because you actually did get to, like, here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So there was one other pathway we've well, two other pathways we've skipped. I'm just gonna make a note of that.
You are seeing this chest, right?
Yeah,
Okay, cool, right. I'm making sure.
that was not the one I was thinking of.
No, I know, but we saw this last week, so I just wanted to make sure that we finished up this bit.
We did.
Well, you
We
definitely
never
came
went-
into this
I mean,
room.
Maybe
Yeah,
just
we
a
definitely
tiny
did this
bit.
one.
I think Natasha came into this room primarily
That could be.
because
Then
she
what
bashed it.
I shall do is I shall make my way up these stairs here and take a little look around.
Oh, Jamal with the fancy arrows.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a nice little touch. So we're seeing a bunch more skeletons laying around the crypt, yes?
Indeed, and every single one of them wears the Order of the Rose. The Order of the Rose medallion. So, Torin, a little bit of history that you missed last week.
Okay.
These are all soldiers who fought in the original war when Jolston was tribal. So they fought on behalf of Lorvalen against what was then... Oh, shit, I can't do that on the top of my head. Excuse me.
Some other place.
Excuse me for a second. Just gonna peace out. Oh yes, good time for it not to load. Against what was then Dacron. So
Okay.
you're currently in between Lorvalen and Dacron.
Okay.
And so yeah, the Order of the Rose were warriors that fought bravely for Lorvalen to expand its borders to eventually get Jorston like to become a country, right? So these soldiers are the predecessors of the Dawn Guard.
Okay.
They no longer exist anymore, but they're the predecessors of the Dawn Guard in Jorston.
Hmm.
Sorry, stream flicking around. And...
I'm gonna take. Okay, so this skeleton right here, I'm gonna take its skull and be like, "Hey, Torin, I challenge you to a duel." As I like motion with its jaw.
I'll look down at him. Sorry. Go ahead, James.
No, you good.
I was just gonna say, I look down at him and say something like, Sebastian, don't you dare play with these brave souls skeletons. And then I'll take the same sort of like maybe like from like the forearm section down to the hand, and I'll give him like a little playful whap.
So, whilst these people were playing with the skeletons here, I actually have another question about the skeletons that I've
Indeed.
seen kicking around. So it would have been likely that in my time of studying books, there would have been some books on anatomy with some sketches of humanoids of various forms with their
that
bodily
is
structures. And such.
Definitely possible.
Obviously, I wouldn't be able to tell exactly what race any of these are just by looking.
They
at the
are
skeletons,
all
but
human.
They are all human
Yes,
size.
you would be able to tell very definitely that they are human from a certain couple of things. First of all, the placement of their ears rules out elves.
Right.
Second of all, the shape of the head itself shows that they are no form of beast-like race, and their size indicates that they are not halfling or gnome or dwarf.
Fairly uniformish.
Yeah, I mean they're all between 5 and 6'6", roughly.
Yeah,
You know,
sense.
they seems there, but more than anything, just from the history that you've read about, you know that the Order of the Rose were human.
Yeah, so it is very, it is pretty much homogenous, and it is just all human, right? Okay, well that's a little bit of a that's a little bit of a confirmation of history.
Yep.
Thanks for
As
that
you
bit of
are
info.
rattling these idiotic skeletons and doing things to each other and waving and such, you do find 56 copper pieces.
Ooh.
How does this chest look?
How does this chest look? It looks chesty.
Not really my type.
Does Kiavo have mage hand?
Just
'Cause
before
he-
you do, Henrik, go
I
ahead
do.
and give me an investigation check, please.
Hmm.
And
Wonderful.
Henrik has already told you that he has the capacity to unlock these chests from a distance.
But I probably
Unfortunately,
don't
I
have
am
much
not
Open
blessed
the
with.
chest, sorry.
Unfortunately, I'm definitely not blessed with a floating hand which can do my bidding for me.
That's a 5, because
Cool.
Henrik gets dumb.
It's chesty.
All right, he's stupid.
You
open.
you do discover that it's locked. I'll give you
Oh,
that.
okay. Well, yeah. Either way, I would know if I tried, even with mage hand.
Yeah.
Well, this is locked here. I don't know if anybody has much of an ability to open things like that. I honestly can't remember, even out of character.
Sebastian's nails have been what we've been using.
Like-
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
think
Sebastian.
Sebastian's still the best. Yeah.
So as you investigate this chest, I will say that you can all, with your passive investigation skills, learn a couple of things. First of all, it is wooden. It could technically be smashed. Secondly, it is locked, and it appears unlockable. You don't think it's trapped, but you didn't think the last one was trapped, and then it blew up in your face.
Hmm.
Are you
What
all
are the
going to?
odds that'll happen twice?
Are you all going to group round it, huddled close, so that if it
With a
explodes,
5
you
on an
all take
investigation,
damage?
I'm not moving.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to learn from our
I'm
previous
just like-
lessons, and I'm going to set myself back over here and take
Sebastian,
watch.
Camo's like, I don't care what's in that box. I'm not getting exploded again. Everybody else is like, oh, what's in the chest?
No, Torin is just like
Sebastian,
standing, like looking over at it, like.
give me a sleight of hand
I looked
check.
at this one. This one looks a lot safer.
Sebastian, do you have proficiency in sleight of hand?
I sure don't.
Do you have a thieves' tools on your character page? I give you a thieves'
I
check.
sure do.
No, you don't. Okay, cool.
You have my
let me do that.
inventory.
No. You don't have a thieves' tool skill on your page. I'm fixing that.
I sure don't.
Because you are proficient in. Okay, cool. Go ahead and refresh your page. Give me a thieves' tools check.
I'm pretty sure if this was going to hurt us, it would have done so by now. So it's definitely safe.
Oh yeah.
You've taken
Just-
my sleight of hand +4 to a thieves tool +0.
What? No, thieves' tools +6. Here, it's right here. +6.
But it says +0 to me, but that's fine. I can. edit.
Refresh again if you want.
Okay.
At the bottom, Dex, thieves' tools, proficient.
Yeah, I'm looking in the right place. But it also doesn't have a stat related to it. Do you want me to make it Dex?
It's Dex and it's thieves'
Okay,
tools.
there we
I'm
go.
seeing it right there. Look, see? Oh,
Yeah, well,
take my roll. There you go, 24.
Okay, sure.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it should
it
it
shows
should work.
Dex
It
+6
might
for
take
me as well.
It might take a moment to look.
I just said it.
However, with a 24, you find 2 potions of supreme healing locked in this chest as it opens nicely. They both show sort of very aged gold dusty bottles with a golden liquid swirling around inside. Chiavo, you will quickly note that these potions are a little more powerful than your average healing potions.
I guess I'll give. I suppose the best people to give them to would be Torin and Natasha, since they're in people's
Before
group.
you hand one off to Natasha, may I take a moment to examine this potion?
Well, thank you, Sebastian.
Yeah, sure.
I'd just like to take. Yeah, I'll explain what I'm doing to James as well. So I'm taking just temporarily one of these supreme healing potions. I would like to examine it and see, sort of uncork it, give it a little bit of a sniff, take a sort of small look at the liquid, and see if I can tell anything.
Yep.
Particularly interesting or
100%.
unusual about it.
So you notice something straight away, but I also will take a. Excuse me. I will also take an alchemy check, please.
That's a 14.
Okay, you detect the base ingredients of ephedra. Ephedra
Emetic
and
wax, is it?
emetic wax. No, emetic wax is in a
No, wild sage root. That was one.
wild
Isn't it?
sage root. There you go. But you notice there is a presence of another ingredient that you do not recognize. You do not recognize the smell of, the taste of, anything about it. You know there is a third ingredient to this potion, but what it is, you are unable to determine.
Interesting. So it's something I've never encountered before.
Yes,
than likely.
indeed. You have most definitely never encountered this smell or taste.
That's particularly interesting. So I'll cork this back up and palm this back off to Natasha.
Really, Natasha of all people.
Well, that's where Sebastian said.
Alright,
So I'm
hold
guessing.
on.
Well, it's just because I think it makes sense because she's in people's
Yeah.
faces.
I
Yeah.
hear you. I just means I have to go
And
and add
it-
it myself.
Probably a good idea to keep our healer. It's probably a good idea to keep our healer alive, right?
Yeah, give them the ability to heal themselves so they
Potion
can
of
heal
healing,
others.
supreme equipment, go. Why the hell does she have 20 armor class? Do magic bonus? Fucking think so. Maybe she had shield of faith before.
Maybe
Yeah,
something like that.
Okay,
Probably.
cool. So you've now cleared out this chamber. You've discovered that there is not much else in here. Where are we going? What are we doing?
There was a passageway, a second one, next to the dead end that we found ourselves in before. We
Yep.
didn't explore that, did we?
No, there are 2 passageways down. One to the left of the passageway you went before, one to the right of the passageway you went before.
I've taken the time to illuminate where I meant, but it's up to everyone else where we decide to go.
I want to go to this chest.
Looks like Sebastian's rushing off that way, so we have no much
Yeah.
choice.
Let's keep our short one safe.
Stop. Click. At this point, you realize that you have walked into something. Sebastian, I will need a dexterity save, but in the meantime, let's find out what everybody else is doing. Oh my good idiot. What have I just done? I need to go back to objects
What
layer
have you done?
to grab a Natasha. Henrik, I will give you the benefit of the doubt that you were probably in the line.
Okay.
So you guys all see as Sebastian steps onto this platform, onto this little token, some lightning appears out of nowhere. What are we doing as the lightning shoots up at him?
Do I have? No, I don't have that spell. Damn.
I think I'm reactively trying to telekinetic shove him in whatever direction seems less lightning-y.
I would have likely grabbed Natasha, considering she's wearing a bunch of metal armor right now.
1 second. What are my possible actions right here? Yeah. Would I be able to So Henix went and grabbed at Sebastian. Yeah.
Nope, he's
Yeah.
grabbed. Yes, he grabbed it.
Oh,
Sorry, he grabbed it,
Tel-
Sebastian.
tel-
Yeah.
telekinetically.
In that case, what I shall do is attempt to sort of dive out of the way to one side of the room.
Well,
to
the
give,
lightning is where you see it,
yeah.
right?
I'll
So
dive
it's
out of the way to
Oh.
one of the sides of the corridor to give Henrik full room to do a forceful shove.
okay. You move to the side.
Yeah.
Natasha
Sort of slightly towards the wall, like there-ish, hugging right up against it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, in my mind, I'm probably trying to pull him back into that space, assuming he's small like I am and could go into space with other
yeah,
people.
he can go into a space.
Yeah, I'm just
My-
making
my-
plenty of room for him.
My instinct would be pulling back rather than push him through.
Okay. So as you yank him back, Sebastian, make your dex check with a dex save with advantage if you need to.
$22.
22. You take half of the following damage. Can I roll here? I can. I know that I click it somewhere, right? Advanced dice roll it. Ooh. Well, that's
Okay.
good, isn't it? You take half of 3 damage.
1 lightning damage then?
So yeah, 1 lightning damage. As
How convenient.
Henek's quick reactions and your size, as it's sort of chest height for a human, help you to avoid taking any damage, or very little damage. You now see this, and you see a pressure plate upon the floor. Do you all see a pressure plate on the floor? I can't see the pressure plate unless Sebastian takes a step backwards. There you go.
Yes. I see it.
Yes.
Okay, so at this point, you are, when the lightning dissipates, you are able to take a step over it if you wish.
Oh, I was gonna make like a running leap.
Yeah, you can make a running leap too, just don't sound the pressure plate.
So now I think we ought to all be a mite more careful. A lot of
Yeah.
these men whose bones we're walking around, they had interesting lives, but they had short lives. I don't want to join them.
Indeed, you do not.
I'm gonna let Henrik sneak by me, bring up the rear.
Okay,
Yeah, I was just checking whether I literally have enough strength to jump over, even if I swear I do.
yeah, not only that, but you could just step round now that you've noticed the pressure plate.
Right, sure.
Yeah, you're not an idiot. Sebastian, you see a chest?
I let it
Actually,
carry
I'm an
it.
idiot.
Well,
I
yeah.
will open it, or attempt to.
Okay, cool. You're just gonna open it up. You don't want to Could have. Look at it.
No.
Great. Okay, go ahead and make a dex save for me, please. Kiavo, you can make this too. Natasha and Henrik as well.
That's a 19.
Dex, a
Sebastian's
dex save.
really got to start getting careful, hasn't he?
Oh dear.
So this is a 2d6.
Ooh, nice. I got a dirty 20.
Oh dear, I rolled max damage.
12.
11. So if you got below a 16, you will take 11 piercing damage. Sebastian, you've really got to start looking at these chests. You're spreading over your party.
What the hell was I just saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did Henrik just say?
I don't know. I'm too busy walking over dead bodies to too much crunching. Too much crunching.
Okay, yeah, over a 16, you will take 5 piercing. No, sorry. Oh, I apologize. On a successful save, you take 0.
Oh, nice.
Apologies. I should have said that. I got that wrong.
Let's go.
Because you're dodging little tiny darts that were shot out. So they either hit you or they don't, right? Inside, you find a soul coin that is empty and a thieves' cloak.
What's the soul coin?
What is a soul coin? Bear with me a second, and I will tell you. Hey, Kira. A soul coin
Hi, Kira.
is about 5 inches across and about 1 inch thick, minted from infernal iron. Each coin weighs 1/3 of a pound and is inscribed with infernal writing, a spell that magically binds a single soul to the coin. Because each soul coin would usually have a unique soul trapped within it, each has a story. Nevertheless, at the moment, this is empty. There is no soul inside. Give me a religion or history check, whichever you prefer, Kiamo.
That will definitely be a history from me. That's a 21.
Okay, you've read about soul coins. They're created by Mammon and his greater devils on Minoris, the 3rd layer of the 9 hells in a vast chamber. Soul coins are the currency of the 9 hells and are highly valued by devils, but with a soul in.
And what does the cloak do?
It's a thieves' cloak. It's a thieves. It does lots of things when James is on the right page. I mean, I'm literally doing what you guys can do, but it's worth reading it out.
I would, but I unplugged my keyboard.
Oh, that's clever. While you wear this dark-colored cloak with its hood up, you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide, as the cloak's magic makes you blend into the background. Yes, the magic of this cloak only works in areas where there are shadows. It does not function in bright daylight. There are also 8 secret pockets sewn into the lining which can be used to hide small objects. They cannot be seen by anybody else unless they succeed in a DC 20 investigation check. It is basically a good cloak for a thief.
Who's our thiefy guy? Sebastian?
He is the only one who has used stealth actively in this campaign. As Kiavo is like 7 foot tall and clumsy as shit.
Yeah.
Henrik and Natasha and also Henrik as you sneak with him actually. Henrik you stealth with him. Yes, Sebastian and Natasha obviously are fairly heavily armored, or at least they want to be.
I wish.
Less so, Torrin, but still, yeah. That's what's in there. At this point, it's probably not a great time to be hanging around. You can deal with who wants what at the end.
Yes, let's get out of here. This place gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Natasha will reach here and will see that there are some strange floating balls of green moving around within this chamber. And as you step up, you may roll initiative as they will attack. Just bear with me a second, don't roll quite yet. I just need to open the page because I thought we were going to go in a different direction.
I think I'm standing on top. Yeah, I am.
Okay, fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead and give me some initiative.
You were standing on top of me, which is fine because I can be in your space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just be at the back of you. No worries. That's where
I mean, I
I'll
can
be
move
anyway.
through, I guess. But
Here, well, I mean, for the time, I'll just put my token here, but we'll say that I'm standing in the same spaces as Henrik.
Damn, these are some good initiatives.
Sorry,
Ooh, I almost had
friend. Ooh.
Yeah, sorry, 11.
Okay. And as you enter this chamber, this will-o-wisp flies up to attack. Attacher. Here, actually. A 9, however, will not hit Natasha.
Definitely not.
Nope. So I need a DC Constitution saving throw, please, from Sebastian, who's second in line.
I'm gonna use 1 point of my lucky to reroll that.
Okay.
Okay, that's a bit better. That's a 15.
A 15 is a success. Sebastian, it's your turn.
I mean, I don't think wisps are particularly scary, so
You might not. Sebastian, however, knows that they can be really difficult to hurt. He's read about them in a book.
doesn't
that
sound like Sebastian.
No, but you can do what you want. But go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
24.
24, yeah. You know that they are immune to lightning and poison. And they tend to have resistance to almost every other damage type. Regular weapons can harm them.
Interesting. Is it possible to befriend them?
Unlikely. You know that these tiny little undeads are usually evil.
Oh,
Okay, well then I guess I can't really do much, so I will what will I do? I will cast Ataxia at the 2nd level on Natasha. I think. Maybe. Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Can I change my mind? Can I do it on him instead?
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll change the bride. Okay. That is web.
Okay. That is interesting.
that is interesting.
Yes, webs constrain this creature of pure ephemeral light. But you know what? I'll let you re-roll that. I'll let you re-roll that. There is that's just not a thing.
Okay.
I could have made it work.
Oh, that's Scorching Ray.
Cool.
So
okay.
like,
Go ahead and make 3
Sebastian,
attack
like,
rolls.
levitates like higher than Natasha, so we can like see over her, and then like slowly raises hand. Pew pew pew. Just lines of fire.
Uh-huh.
I don't have the spell start.
3 attack rolls, please.
What?
3 spell attack rolls.
3 spells.
I believe you can actually use Ataxia.
That is a 19.
A 19 will hit. 2d6. Plus your spell modifier and damage.
Damn.
Is it plus your spell modifier? It might not be, actually.
No, I think it's just 2d6.
It's 2d6, right?
That's 10 fire damage.
Yes, it's just a standard 2d6. Okay, you notice that this doesn't seem particularly effective. But it is doing damage. Go ahead and give me a 2nd attack roll. 3 attack rolls, yeah.
Yeah. That is 17.
That will miss.
Damn.
That's a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
And that's 11 fire damage.
Nice rolls. He appears finally wounded. The second creature turn, Sebastian.
I will use... Yeah, I think so.
Fantastic. Okay, Kiavo. Oh, you standing back there. You see this line going on?
Right. I can see the thing from through people, right?
Sorry, you can
I-
see the
I
enemy.
can see
yes.
this thing through the
Yes.
people, right? And I've got
Yes.
a clear line of it to see. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I will throw my hand forward, and let's see if my intuition on this thing is correct. I'll throw my hand forward and send out a sort of forceful shockwave as it attempts to slam into the wisp. I will need a strength saving throw, as this is telekinetic slam.
Okay.
DC 15.
That's a 5.
Oh, holy crap! So this shockwave will slam into this thing, trying to push it into the ground with
Or to the ground.
force damage of 7.
Okay. Yeah, it appears to be affected by that. It is wounded. Severely, in fact.
Very
Any
nice.
bonus action, Calvin?
I'm guessing that it cannot be knocked prone from that.
No.
I'm guessing
No, it is a ball of light.
Right.
It
Then
can
I
no
won't
more
take
be
a
knocked
bonus
prone
action,
than it can
and
be
that will
restrained
my
by the
turn.
web spell.
Yeah, that will be my turn. That's all. We're good.
Okay. Yep, and that brings us to Hennick.
Yeah. All right. I will try to slap a rock through people here.
Uh-huh.
Maybe skip it off the wall at him. I don't know. Let's see here. That's not going to hit. 14.
Nope, that is not going to hit.
And with my bonus action, which thing should I do?
So many options.
You did
It
notice
is,
that, obviously, Kiavo was quite able to shove, should you wish to shove. You would have seen
Yeah,
that.
I know. I was considering it. I just, I don't know whether my companions are ever willing to back off anyway.
Some are, some not so much.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is, seeing that it's kind of like tough to normalish stuff, I want to give our magic people a chance, so I will just give Bardic Inspiration to Kiavu, who hit it pretty good there.
Okay.
Thank you.
The wisp is the second wisp, going to rush down the passageway. As it moves through Natasha and Sebastian and Hennick, each one of you, just give me a con save, please.
Oh, I have noticed something as well.
Oh, another
you
one.
Noticed this one, James. What happened
Yes.
to the music for the session?
You can't hear it?
No.
Oh yeah, no, I can't.
You're
I
right.
can't hear.
Go on.
You don't get ambience from the Roll20?
No, not
Maybe
this time.
Maybe it's real quiet.
Oh no, yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet.
Yeah, it's only playing ambient sounds. It's not playing music right now.
I turned it up and I can hear it immediately.
Yeah. It's quite creepy and dark and...
Oh.
It's 20 on this con save, right?
yes,
Ooh,
sorry.
nice.
Did anybody get below a 10 in that line?
Yeah, I got a
Hasn't
9.
You got a 9. Okay, you are chilled. You'll be frightened of that target. She's rolling dex saves all over the place because she's cool. Wow, yeah, she's also scared of that dude. And after that, he will make an attack on Kiavo. Kiavo, that's a 19 to hit you.
Yeah, there is no stopping that thing.
That is 10 lightning damage.
Ooh.
Ow.
Ow, quite easily. He just
No, I said
walked over-
ow.
Oh, okay.
Not ow,
Okay,
ow.
he flew over there and punched you, and it was quite simple. It's a light bulb
It would
punch.
be simple, wouldn't it?
That brings us
Ow,
to
that hurts.
Nat Ashar. Nat Ashar has some sort of shit. Filled your form with sizzling acid? No, I'm good.
Got a
Yeah.
spiritual weapon. I know that.
No, I'm not going to do that. She's going to dawn fire on Kiavo, so it will make a... No, that's success. Nothing. As a bonus action, Kiavo, you can go ahead and take 8 HP.
Thank you. I'm
Um,
in pain.
Mr. Goldenbrand, you're up.
Okay, I have a couple of questions. I see that you added a couple of second level spells, but
Oh, you
we're
can
not.
change those if
We
you
don't.
want.
But we don't have access to them right now.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, we
Well,
do.
kind of. What did I give you? I gave you something that made sense and something else that made
Give
sense.
me, yeah, you gave me enhance ability, lesser restoration, and magic weapon.
So lesser restoration, I believe you get. Sorry, magic weapon you just get automatically.
Oh, interesting.
So I couldn't do anything about that. I gave you lesser restoration. In that, thought maybe at some point when somebody is in that situation, you can touch them and see whether God helps. Because you've
Makes
already
sense.
got your lay on hands, right? So you kind of
Yeah.
have the same.
Enhance
you've experienced
ability
that.
is perfectly thematic, I think.
Yeah, and also I don't think it's particularly
No.
yeah.
You just
So
kind of.
that's how I. But yeah,
Okay,
if you want to change lesser restoration, that's fine. Your
second question is, as I remember, we fought a wisp in the previous session.
Yep.
Okay, so then Torn would
Oh
know
no, we
that
have not fought a wisp. Sorry, we have not fought a wisp in the previous session.
Okay, I thought that we had taught wisp in the previous session. I was going to say I don't know if Torin realizes that his sword might be able to do something. Although Torin being Torin, he probably just flurry out at this wisp
We did,
anyway.
however, when you're fighting undead creatures, we did, however, rule your weapon as magical. By the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is a magical sword. It's not magically enhanced in a specific way, but you smacked skeletons and you know it did full damage.
Okay, so I'm going to use a bonus action to cast magic weapon. Can I cast magic weapon on my sword?
Yeah. No. You try. Nothing happens. It fizzles.
Okay.
Hold on. It doesn't just make it magical, does it? It also gives it a +1.
It gives it a +1, but it says explicitly when you touch a non-magical weapon.
Yeah, I'ma say that as you touch a weapon, it just fizzles out. Like it's just trying to replace magic that already exists.
Gotcha.
Oh.
In that case, I'm just going to try to smack this wisp that's attacking my good friend Cabo. Ooh, I believe I get 2 attacks now.
You get 2 attacks.
Oh, badass.
I don't think I've used your spell slots yet. Yeah, I haven't.
No. So I'll burn 1 second.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, see what happens when you.
Okay, well, I haven't hit that first one. That's for sure.
I don't know. I don't see your attack rolls, do I?
Yeah, I know. So it's a 9 and a 14.
No. That is not a thing. You have missed and missed again. Right?
Okay.
Oh dear.
Torin feeling very frustrated. He's just like, can't hit these damn things.
This one will attempt to. Oh dear. To hit Natasha. Oh, sorry, Torin. Any bonus action?
I would have been trying to cast magic weapon, but no.
Yeah, no, okay, that's absolutely fine. So you spent your bonus action, but you didn't lose your spell slot.
Gotcha.
This one just punched Natasha for 22 lightning damage with a crit.
Oh,
no, it didn't.
22?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Are you
no,
guys
it didn't.
not seeing the damage?
No, what I'm saying is
he's casting
it's not
Slippery Barbs,
happening.
I think.
No, hold on, it's
No,
fine. It's
I
fine.
will. I'm using my don't get cocky.
Oh,
When
okay.
a creature that I can see within 60 feet of me scores a critical hit, I can. Well, we changed it. I can't remember exactly if I changed it in here or not. It uncrits it and also reduces the damage dealt by some amount.
Yep.
I
So
think
it
my-
rolls a straight roll, and
inspiration
then
die.
you do the inspiration dice roll.
Yeah. And mine are d8s now. Oh, and an 8. So it's a regular roll and any damage reduced by.
Oh, she takes 0.
Actually, like 13 or something, because it's my level 2.
She takes 0.
Fabulous.
Brilliant.
Let's
An
go.
Excellent reconfiguration of its damage. Sebastian Belmont. It's your turn.
Gosh. Still
That's-
not had
that's
great
so good.
spells.
So bear in mind, in your studies, you did see that like fire does damage to it, and non-lightning, other forms of things do damage to it. They're just not great at doing.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and throw them.
Okay, yeah, I'll cast another level 2 Ataxia.
Whoa. Okay.
What?
You level 2 attacks, not minor attacks.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You casting this on the one that's nearly dead, or the one that's over at Kiava?
No, the other one.
If
That.
if you
What?
get a oh, never mind, carry on.
Okay. That's hold person.
This creature is not a person. Go ahead and reroll.
Damn
You only ever seem to get level 2 spells.
I'm casting it at level
That's
2.
not how it works.
I thought that's how it works. Like you roll twice on whatever number it is.
Okay. Can I search? Yeah. So you're on the level 2 spreadsheet. So you roll 2d20. What did you get?
I don't know. I haven't re-rolled it yet.
Okay, so roll me a 2d20.
Okay, so that's a 15.
Yeah. Combined?
No, that
15?
was just the first one.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And the second one is an 8.
Okay, so that's a 23. Cool.
Yes. Just Crown of Madness.
Let's go ahead. Look. And Crown of Madness. $18 on the wisdom save. Does that beat your modifier?
Okay.
Yavo. Sorry, any bonus action?
No.
Okay. Kiava, you're up.
Okay. So, it appears my last action was particularly successful. So I shall once again, this time the one that's in my face, because I do not approve of this thing trying to bash my head in with its, or should I say, fry my brains out of its lightning, because it can't really bash my head in, but I shall once again slam this one into the ground. DC 15 strength save.
-2.
Can it only save on a nat 20?
Yes.
Wow. That was a good stroke of a moment, huh? Then I shall be slamming it into the ground with... Wow, that's 5 force
It
damage.
looks mildly wounded. Any bonus action, Kiava?
I'm just gonna double check, see if I do actually have any bonus actions. You know what? No, I'm not gonna use a bonus action.
Okay, cool. Henrik, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna just call over to Natasha and just say, now took care of that. The rest is up to you. And I will cast heroism on her, so it should clear her frightened.
Indeed, it does.
And also some temp hit points involved with that.
Cool. Yeah.
And yeah, I could upcast it to get Sebastian too, but he didn't seem to care that he was frightened, so I don't care either. And that, yeah, so that's my action, and then I will simply ask Kiavo if he wants to be backed away from this thing, and if he seems to be willing, I will push him back 5 feet.
Would I incur an attack of opportunity in
No,
this
not,
one? Or?
No.
not when I push you.
Oh, then sure, by all means.
Get back if you can.
I will stumble up the steps, I guess.
No, that's not a staircase. Well, sort of.
Or stumble onto it, sort of.
Yeah, you're sideways. Yeah, so it's yeah onto the side of the stack. Cool. Second creature turn, Henrik.
Yeah, because I'm not backed away from him, so I'm not going to run away.
Okay, it's going to turn around and it's going to hit you. 15 to hit you.
Surprising. Yes, it certainly does.
9 lightning damage.
Fabulous.
Okay, Natasha is going to... She's going to do the same thing, but on Henrik. That's a... Great. That is... 5 damage in radiantness. Henrik, you will gain that as temp HP, I think. Yes.
Oh, cool.
You gain 5 radiant, 5 radiant damage. In 5 temporary hit points.
Fabulous.
She will look around, seeing that nobody seems to be on the verge of dying. She'll do nothing else. Torin, you're up.
Hmm. Can I step through this thing's space?
Yeah, it's a ball of light.
Okay, and if I get on the other side of it from Henrik, are we doing flanking? I don't remember.
You don't notice that this thing seems to have a back. It is a ball of light. Therefore, you will gain no flanking advantage.
Fair enough. Another 2 attacks.
Oh, and see if you can actually hit.
I hope so. Maybe 25
Yep, a 25 will hit. Go ahead.
and a 19 as well.
Go ahead with your 25 and roll me damage.
Okay. So that's going to be 10 damage.
Okay, it's dead.
Nice.
I did pass. Sorry, I passed a concentration check on the damage I took too for heroism.
Great.
So.
Great. Yeah, Torin, you see that this last one is alive on the other side of the corridor. You're going to charge
so
through
Tor-
your allies?
Probably, yeah. But before that, Torn will say, "Haha! I can hit it," and I'll take a dash. Not a dash actually, but I'll try to get through everybody.
Yep. So I'm
and
going to let you
attack the
pass through the
beginning.
small guys without anything else. Natasha is a medium-sized creature, so it's difficult terrain, but you're able to step down here through the creature.
Nice.
Go ahead and give me. Oh, you attacked already. You got what? A 19?
A
Yeah, that'll
19.
hit. That'll hit.
Nice. So let's roll that, and I'm going to
That
smite.
is.
I
Oh.
think we'll smite as well.
Okay.
Sorry.
You can smite,
Alright.
but you did know that this one was looking on the verge of dead, as it was like flickering
was
in and out
it?
of light. Yeah. The
Okay.
creature you hit was perfectly healthy the first time, but this one has been flickering on the
this
verge.
is the one.
Yeah.
Right. This is the one that got slammed by Cav in the first round. Okay. Yeah.
It looked pretty dead. And that will conclude the fight. As you guys look in a bit of shit shape.
Yeah, it's kind of hurts. That was rough.
Natasha, do you have any hit dice?
I believe I do.
How much are you down? And give me a range here. Actually, you're a wizard. What I'm gonna do is I will approach Kiavo, and I'll rest my hand on his shoulder and say, "You fought well, Kiavo, my friend. Bahamut sees you, and I will use lay on hands to heal whatever he needs. I have
Okay.
25. 25 is my pool. I assume you have around that.
He's 15.
Yeah, I can take that.
Natasha will spend 12 minutes healing Henrik, so up to full health.
Thank you very much.
Accelerate.
Crazy
Cure wounds.
land of cantrip healing.
Yeah, there is. There are some elements of danger to doing it, but as the moment you don't seem to be being disturbed.
I'll take it.
You notice some skeletons around here, but nothing seems particularly interesting or of any import. Again, they all wear the medallion. Although you certain these ones seem not to have any money around.
A word of caution to our loot munchkin.
Yes, what's your caution word?
Just be careful, okay? We don't want you getting hit by something nasty again, or
sorry,
even worse, you getting me hit by something nasty.
Oh, sorry, I don't speak Leonin. Bye.
Okay. Sebastian, you don't see anything thus far? Seem alright? Still okay? Still okay? Okay. You see a passage to your left, and you see a passage to the right down at the bottom. Okay. Heading all the way down there, right? Oh. Just to clarify, that was a passage, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I think it appears as a wall to you guys.
Nothing visible down it.
No.
I'm gonna hide here to jump
Full
out if
disclosure, it's
I
because it
want.
takes you to the second map.
Oh man.
Well, right. I can see that it's the edge, so I just want to make sure
Yeah.
it wasn't anything obviously like, oh look, here's a room full of something.
Yeah, no. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. Nope. Just skeletons. Oh, you see an opening out into a large room with a singular pedestal in the middle of the room. On this pedestal is a plinth, and this plinth has a little, a plaque, and this plaque has some writing inscribed upon it. Suddenly, Kiavo speeds up and gets there when he hears the word writing.
Yes, I would like to examine that, please, if I may.
Yeah, so you read it. It is written in slight old common, like a little bit oldie Englishy, but I will convert it for your benefit. And it simply says, in memory of all those who died in the war, Order of the Rose lives on.
Ah, more real plaque.
Yes. There is a slight element of magic emanating from it.
Would I be able to sort of try to get a little bit of an understanding of what's emanating from it, or is
Give me
there
an
no
Arcana
way
check.
for me to do so?
An Arcana check.
That would be a 12.
Okay, yeah, there seems to be some elements of preservation going on here.
Trying to maybe preserve the bodies that were in here?
No, on the plinth itself.
Oh, on the plinth itself, to stop the plinth from being damaged and keep it pristine, right?
Indeed. And in fact, this transmutation spell, the more you look at it, the more you understand that perhaps this is something you could emanate yourself. If you go home and study, you may be able to learn this spell. Right now, it's pick up, like.
Okay, well, that's something I'm gonna jot down.
You also work out that perhaps there is a counterbalance. Perhaps this spell could also be applied to do the opposite.
Right.
When I've forgotten what I'm doing, somebody remind me that the notes are in the Darkness Over Kalam book.
Oops. I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Cool.
Apologies.
So yeah, apart from that, there is nothing else in this room of any note worth mention. So you guys are aware that over here, if you want to zoom out a little bit, over here is an exit of some sort to another floor, and you also have a path going this way, down on the other side of the map. Should you wish as well, this could potentially be an opportunity to go outside to your camp if you need some rest. But do bear in mind, if you go out and rest, you don't know what creatures will be lying in wait when you return. Because I know some people
Torrent's
are
good for now. So.
spending spell slots willy-nilly.
Yeah, I think I can press on for now, but don't know which direction we want to go.
Perhaps we should take that path that we just crossed by.
Well, it is closer. I don't know if I really want to go. Does it seem to go downward or just to another area?
It seems to extend down a long platform. Let's go downwards. Yes, it does.
I mean, I'm not too keen to go deeper into this place, but I suppose we'll be heading that way eventually.
That is indeed what you've come for, right? So.
Yeah, who knows what we might have missed up in that other area.
Well, that's the spirit headache. And I'll take off. I'm going to take off and walk in that direction. Actually, I can't really. I don't have any light source.
You want to go over
well,
to...
wherever you want to go, I'll go with you.
Okay. We're going
Which
back.
is where?
Going.
Sorry, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Let go!
I'm letting go.
Okay, you're over there, yeah? That's where we're heading?
Oh, no. I meant to go to the path to the right, but...
Oh, sorry, you're to the deeper place.
Yeah.
You want to go deeper? Sorry. Over there, then.
Deep.
Cool. Over to this deep place. That's what we meant. We're going to head on downwards.
Yes.
Interested in what you've
I
missed.
believe so, yes.
Yeah, if that's where he goes, that's where I'm going with him.
Wait, sorry. Oh, wait. Where is this going? This
This
is going out,
going deeper into the dungeon.
and then
there
the
was
other.
one place in here we didn't check. Did we want to go and look at that?
Yeah, so the discussion was that you could alternatively see if you missed
Oh.
anything on the other side of the dungeon. which
Oh, I thought
know
you meant
that
to go up. I thought you meant to go up by pinging that area.
No, there's
No,
Oh,
yeah,
I
there
no
was
see.
one
to go
passageway
to.
which we didn't look at.
I mean, we could go. I think that Torrin would probably be a little more excited to get like deeper into the dungeon than backtracking all the way to the
I mean, we could
new
go. We
entrance.
could check it on the way out, perhaps.
Yeah,
if
yeah. I think
Darwin's so inclined.
let's do that
Okay.
if everyone's okay.
I guess it's not going to get any darker down there.
It can't get much worse, can it?
In that case,
I certainly hope not.
go ahead and place your characters here, please.
Can you ping that again?
It's the
James?
bottom center of the map. I'm pinging it constantly.
Okay, thank you.
I think I did, but I don't normally have any ability to see, so...
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
to
me either.
reapply vision on a new map, so just bear with me a second.
Okay, cool.
All right, let me just.
Ooh, I can see me.
Oh, it sounds darker down here.
Oh yeah, it does.
Am I missing somebody? Does somebody not have vision? Oh,
Me?
no. You have vision, right? You're emitting light, no? Oh, sorry. I missed actually clicking the vision button.
Ah.
Okay, as you move into this room, you see two large, spiny-necked creatures with a skull on the front. Down low on their body, they wear these deep red cloaks. I'm afraid that only two of you see this, so this is only applicable to Chiavo and to Sebastian. You see these sort of long-necked creatures that appear. The rest of you can hear this sort of dark chanting going on, sort of. They seem to be doing some kind of ritual cast. As you enter in, you know that they are directly ahead in some way. What you see in here is merely a lot of things. And that's what I've got for you. You see a lot of things going on here.
Very nice. So the cats can see these long-necked creatures.
These long-necked spiny creatures. You just know that there's noise coming from ahead, chanting coming from directly
we
ahead.
hear the
I'll
chanting.
say in a hushed voice to up ahead. They're definitely some undead.
What undead you say?
Yeah, they're not exactly pretty looking things. Let's put it that way.
Is it a lantern that I have now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
sorry.
it's a holy lantern.
No, it's just you're just basically Natasha's walking next to you. I've just given you the
Okay.
light instead of Natasha because
That's fine.
it was.
I just wasn't sure
easier.
whether I should shut it off.
No, not
I'll
at all.
I'll take a
we've-
few steps forward.
I assume they've seen us by now anyway, if they're going to see light.
Sorry. There was also an amulet of light around Torrent's neck. I forgot about that. So
yeah.
there you go. Yeah, cool. So yeah, this is what you see. Right now. They seem to be concentrating on their spell and they have not noticed you as yet.
More step forward.
I can't move Natasha right now. I'm in the wrong screen. Ah.
Hold on, I'm reloading roll 20. Okay, here we go.
Okay. I've got.
I'm gonna turn to Chiavo and Hennig and sort of whisper, "Should we interrupt these fiends?"
I'll give a glance towards the undead. They definitely look like they're focusing on a spell. Yes.
As they finish their cast, the room lights up. Please tell me that lit up for you guys.
Yeah. I got more.
I also don't have the fog of war
If I
thing
s-
from
if I
previously.
step-
The
If I step into the room, it becomes quite bright.
Yes, it
Yeah.
should be very bright.
yeah, I
yeah.
don't have the thing that we had before, which was the fog thing showing where we'd seen previously. So I thought I'd do that as a heads up.
Remind me,
Turn that
we
map
are
signal.
here for Pathian shit? Is that right? Is that what we're here for?
Yeah.
Yes, it's an old Parthian ruins, but primarily you're here for an interesting crystal ball that...
Right, but it's
major
something
sword.
for us because of the way of the path stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so then in response to Torin's question, Henrik would definitely say like, well, I suppose if we're here to get some power for ourselves, it's only fair that we try to do some good out of it.
Well, regardless, I believe we have trouble now as the room's illuminated.
Yeah, they finish illuminating the rooms. They see you. They're looking at you.
Torin will draw a sword.
Oh, will he?
Oh
I'd
yeah.
like to hear. Okay. They just study you. They're watching you.
They don't seem to be intelligible.
Oh. That might initiate combat, I think. You've just called them unintelligent. Yeah, they're looking at you, and then you just hear this.
Oh no, they're speaking parcel tongue.
As you say that, go ahead and make a wisdom save, Torin, and then roll initiative, please.
Oh no.
No?
Oh dear.
And that one on a wisdom save.
That's okay. After he then reconfigures. It's a good thing that you failed this save, by the way. He then reconfigures his tongue a little bit and. You come uninvited. Torin, give me an insight check. As you feel an intrusion upon your mind.
At 4.
Yeah, you failed the wisdom save against detect thoughts so that he could understand common, so that he could speak to you.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
And then he will tell you, and for that, you must die. I'm missing everybody's initiative other than Sebastian's.
That's the wrong way.
Wasn't sure you genuinely wanted it yet.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't really matter with a 6.
6, a 5, and a
time.
6? Yeah, you guys go whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Torin, Natasha, and Henrik. Dex save, please. I roll the damage there?
Whoa. I just got kicked from... Hello?
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 Sorry, I just got kicked from Discord there.
Oh, weird.
Sorry, did I miss anything?
Yeah, you making a dex save.
I'm making a deck save. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is
14?
Oh.
12.
Oh dear.
A 12 is a success, a 14 is a success.
Oof.
Natasha, dex save.
Oh,
Not so good.
Oh
not
no.
so good.
How long does heroism last, please?
It's only one minute.
right?
So
Yeah,
it
okay,
would be
cool.
over.
No temp
yeah.
HP. Fantastic. Those of you who succeeded will take 12 lightning damage. Those of you who failed will take 25 as a crackling bolt of lightning appears flying down the hallway. Let me put that on the... Let me just double check that. I'm just going to put it on the screen. Make sure I've not missed anything.
Were the temp HP you gave me as her permanent, or do they go away as well?
Sorry?
You gave me some temp HP as Natasha. I don't know. I think it was that
Oh no,
bonfire
that's
thing or
literally a
something.
turn. Okay, for some reason this doesn't want to rotate. I don't know why.
Try holding down Alt when you try to do the rotation.
there we go. That's sort of what happened to you guys. Oh, I need to hold Alt to move it as well, like that. Yeah.
Man.
This sort of large beam of lightning came out of this guy's hands and crackled on downwards. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do the 25 damage to Natasha. She appears nearly dead.
Oh, shit.
That's good, isn't it? Torin, you're up.
Jeez, man. Okay. These things appear to be standing. They're not like
Indeed.
they're not like floating like the wisps or anything, right? Okay. So I'm gonna try something. Hopefully it's not completely useless here.
Sorry, it's just making me chuckle because apparently you failed your deck save so hard you fell out of Discord.
Whoa! So Torin will take a sort of step up to this area right
Oh,
here.
is this the first time you've seen them? Were you not able to see them before that?
No, I can see
cool.
them.
Yeah.
But I want to get within range. I can't get in between these two spots, but basically I'm going to take a deep breath in and let out a repulsive roar. So it's my new feature here. And they're going to have to take, they're going to have to succeed on a strength saving throw, DC 14, or be pushed 20 feet away and knocked prone.
The one on the left succeeds with a 15. The one on the right is knocked over here and is prone on his arse.
Nice. And how much movement did I use here? I probably used 10 feet. So then I will come up and meet this other one.
Yep,
on the
you can
stage.
walk right up to him. That is the one who has cast the bolt of lightning.
Indeed.
Yes.
And I'm just going to keep his attention for now, I guess.
Oh, that's your action, the roar?
Yeah, the roar was
cool.
an action.
Okay, fantastic. With that, Sebastian, you're up.
So everyone gets zapped, and I'm just gonna be like, you guys should really be careful where you stand. Bye.
Josh, you've gone kind of quiet.
Oh, did you hear my joke?
I did. I don't know if anybody else did.
I didn't hear the joke. What did you say?
Okay, I said, as I see everyone get zapped by lightning, I was just like, you guys should really be careful where you stand. 10, 15.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay here, and then I'm gonna summon my absorption shield. I'm gonna put it there,
Nice.
Okay.
and then that will be the end of my turn.
No bonus action?
Unless anyone wants a leaf turned into a dagger, no.
I'm sorry, I always forget.
One day you're going to use that.
He has, I believe. Okay, this prone guy at the back is going to use his movement speed to be unprone. And he is going to look at Torin
Yeah, he is.
and ask him to make another wisdom. Oh, that's kind of shitty. Do we want to do that?
Do ya?
Do it. I implore you to do whatever you like.
Oh, I don't mean shitty like that. I mean, it's not effective enough.
Oh,
Yeah, he's going to do it anyway.
Oh.
Make a wisdom save, please.
wisdom.
Oh,
Ooh, probably failed. It'll be an 8.
you are paralyzed, I'm afraid.
Shit.
Be it.
Yes, shit. You guys will all see that he's sort of motioned with his hands and he has held Torin in suspense in the air. I believe we have a paralyzed thing.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. It's probably... Which one would it be?
Quite far down.
Dominated, grappled, concentration.
Levitate?
Knock.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Fucking levitate. Yeah, I don't know.
Leave it.
There's somewhere.
I'll look for it. I'll look
Um,
for it. Continue.
Hi. Indeed, so you are paralyzed. And that brings us to Hennick.
Yeah, Hennick, who was too confused looking at his shit and probably should have used something to stop that from happening, but let's see. I am going to first use my bonus action to try to yank Torin back. I don't know. He can't really oppose it.
He cannot.
So I'd
Even
like
if-
to pull
even
him
if I
back
wanted to.
towards us just 5 feet.
Yeah.
And that should get him out of the way so that I can more safely put a shatter on both of those guys.
Okay, yeah. You do so. Con save, correct?
Yes, indeed. Just second level.
A
dear.
17 and a 19, I'm afraid.
Well, it'll be half of 15 then, so 7
Cool.
thunder damage to each of them.
Thunder seems to affect them. That's good.
And I will then... oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong tool. I will just duck behind something here.
Okay. I mean, bear in mind you're also behind the absorption wall, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Well,
Cool.
so be it.
Have you removed your own vision of shadow? Should I delete that?
I have no idea what happened. I just moved myself to a nook.
Okay, cool. Yep, marvelous. That brings us to Natasha. Natasha, who is hurting. You think she's hurting enough to die? No, I don't think she thinks she's hurting enough to die. So she is going to summon a spiritual weapon. Over by this guy and thunk him on the head. Yeah. That is 14, which will hit for 11 damage. Nice. 11 force damage, in fact. And as for her action, she will... Oh, Torin is no longer in 5-foot range. She will magic up a... That's a bonus action, isn't it? Magic stone. Check.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, in normal, it's magic to create them, and then you've still got to use your attack to throw them.
Okay. Yeah, I just realized it's both bonus and regular action. Yeah, okay, that'll conclude her turn. That brings us to Kiavo.
I shall step out and I can get a direct line of sight through the wall to hit this.
The wall
thing,
is
yes?
see-through for you guys. It's like
Yeah.
a very faint shimmer.
Okay. Then I shall, at second level, sling my hands forward and fire off a big gob of acid at this thing at the back.
Oh, okay.
That'd be
That
a
is
Nilf's acid
Nilf's,
arrow.
yeah, go ahead and roll your attack.
Wow, that's a 10 to hit. Okay.
That will miss. Go ahead and give me the damage.
I don't know if it's been 10 minutes or not. You might still have my bardic inspiration. I don't know if you ever used it.
No,
I
you still
didn't
have
use
that.
it, no.
Yeah, it hasn't been more than 10 minutes.
How much is the Bardic Inspiration? D8?
It's a D8 now, yeah.
Ooh, D8 now.
17 to hit now then.
17 will hit. Nice roll on that.
Okay. Then that is 10 acid damage.
Jamal, why does it say 15?
It says 10 for me. Oh, for some reason it rolled 6, but beyond 20 it says 4d4 for
Oh,
the
so there's a
acid arrow.
5 on the next turn as well.
Yeah, apparently it rolled that into it as well.
Okay, cool,
Well-
that's fine. So it takes 10 acid... Sorry, you fired at the one at the back right, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he will make his con save. You're not paralyzed, Torin. Good job, Gavo.
Hey.
Any further action?
Oh, for some reason it actually says 14 on the acid damage on roll 20, but it said 10 on D&D Beyond. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm very confused as to that one.
Sweetie, I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we saying it's 10 or 14?
Yes.
Right. Well, either way, next turn he's going to be taking some more damage. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'll step to cover. That
Okay.
would be me.
Cool. That brings us to our little friend here. Yeah, I see no reason not to do the same thing again. Torin, a dex save, please.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. A little better, 17 this time.
17, you take 12 lightning damage. Sebastian, your absorption will take 25 lightning damage.
Shit.
He fires off another crackling lightning bolt. Torin, you're up.
Let's see.
Sorry, really quick. That will take it down with 5 left over, but I'm going to use my action to give it another 10, so I'll have 5 left.
Okay, cool.
I just want to measure something here.
Oh, showing off.
Where? Oh, nice. Very nice. Where's Chiavo? I can't see him with my vision.
I'm taking cover.
Yeah, you know that he ducked behind this wall somewhere.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to move up to this bastard
Okay.
who paralyzed me, and I'm going to try to whack him with my sword.
Oh, that's a little loud. Sorry.
I was gonna say, whoa.
Yeah, cool. Go ahead and whack.
Give me a good roll, man. No, 10 and 13.
13 will hit, so 10 will miss.
Okay. So into the 13, I'm going to pump in a level 2 smite, I guess.
Mhm.
So that'll be 13 plus... Ooh, 11 radiant.
You said a
11
level
radiant,
2 smite,
13
but you
slashing.
rolled a level 1 smite.
Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Give me another d8 on that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we like
So,
to see.
14
He's severely
radiant.
wounded.
Nice. And also, as a bonus action, I'm going to use my channel divinity to hit it with an inspiring smite, and I hit it so damn hard that all of my friends within 30 feet of me gain 2d8 plus 5 hit points to be. Okay, so it'll be 9. It'll be 9 hit points.
That's temporary
I guess
HP,
we'll
right?
give. Sorry, temporary HP. Yes.
Yep.
But nine gets split up basically. So let's give
yeah.
everybody. Let's give
Natasha's
everybody
nearly
2.
dead, and everybody else is fine.
Let's give Natasha all of it.
There we go. So we like see she literally
Yeah,
has
I've got
6
more
HP.
temp than you could give me anyway, so.
Yeah, she literally has 6 HP. So, Torin, that concludes your turn.
I believe. Actually, can I move around it? Maybe get on the other side of it,
Like this?
like somewhere there, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. You can walk
We'll
around.
do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sebastian, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna 3rd level cast Ataxia on this one.
Yep.
So that's 3 d20s, I'm all right?
Yep. And I need the total number.
Okay. Yep. That's 44.
44. Okay, that is a life transference.
What's that?
Oh, wait, that can't be right. Life transference is not a damaging spell. Yeah, I'll just fuck that off. Life transference is not a damaging spell. Transference is a heal. So...
Do you want me to roll again?
Yeah, go ahead and roll again. A 3d20.
$47?
Sorry?
47?
47, yeah. That's a sleet storm. A sleet storm is a 20-foot tall cylinder. A 40-foot radius. Let's go ahead and put that on the map for you. That's quite big.
Oh.
Have I just killed us all?
No. That is not a... Is that a 40-foot radius? Shit, Jesus, it is. Rain and sleet fall all over the area. The area is heavily obscured. Exposed flames are down... Oh, that's going to be annoying. Oh, I can't be undoing that. Okay, technically the flames will go out, but no one cares. Okay, anybody who starts their turn in there will have to make a dex save or fall on the floor. That's nice,
Yeah,
isn't
you
it?
just see like Sebastian like waving his staff in his hands, and he's just gonna be like, "I told you all to be careful where you stand."
Yeah, I mean, that's an incredibly powerful spell outside. If a creature starts its turn in the spell's area and is concentrating, it must make a con save or fail or lose concentration. What's your spell save DC?
It is a 15.
Okay, cool. That's worth knowing. End of your turn?
Yes.
Jamal, 2d4 acid damage, please.
Okay. That is 6.
Cool. I think it has dex save, please. Torin. It has no line of sight on Torin. Dex save, please, Hennick. No, Hennick's behind a wall. Dex save, please, Sebastian.
19.
Oh, that's success. Nothing happens on that. And then as a bonus action... Rubbish, that's rubbish, that's... Yeah, fuck it. That'll end its turn. That's a really shitty enemy. Hennick, you're up.
So I have to make a dex save? I think I'm in this thing. I don't
Yes. Yes, it's raining
really,
from
can't
the
really
ceiling.
see enough to understand, but let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to scroll out like miles just to see where this is
It's
affected.
an
Yeah,
11.
Okay.
So I guess I'm
Slippity
prone.
doo-dah, slippity day. Yep. Whoop. Were you
But then I could just-
concentrating on anything?
No.
Okay, cool. You can just get back up.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm back up. And I have what? Do you round up speed when you have to use half speed to get up? Or
Do you have 25 feet of movement speed?
yeah.
It takes you 10 feet to get up.
Oh, okay, so I've got 15. Well, at first I'm just going to dash into Natasha's space. Or not, obviously I should stop using the word dash. Just so I can
Yeah, I
see what
know.
the hell is going on.
Yep.
Um,
That'll cost you 10 movement speed.
as I pass there... Oh, so I can't even get anywhere else.
You just
So I
stay
can't
there.
actually run... I can't go into her space then.
You can go down and left if you want to go down and left.
Right, but I won't have the movement left.
Oh, if you go down, you won't be able to get back.
Yeah.
Indeed.
No, what I'm saying is if I can't even go into her space because I can't move out of her space again. I don't have the movement left.
Couldn't
No,
you
but
move
if
just
you could go
diagonally?
down and left one.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you just,
right. I
couldn't
can
you
just
walk
yeah,
diagonally one?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's what I did. How the hell far am I away from these things?
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, like, same space and difficult terrain, and you were knocked prone. Sebastian's just causing havoc.
Weave works in mysterious ways, dude.
It's like you took,
Yep.
like, you know what? We need wild magic sorcerer, but as a wizard, times 50.
Yeah.
To be
Let's
fair,
see
it can't
here.
do anything harmful to you guys directly, but this is just annoying.
I would just, at the one over here by, Torin,
Yep.
I will simply yell out at it that, just because we weren't invited doesn't mean you shouldn't treat us like guests. And that's a vicious mockery. He shall make a saving throw against, which I assume is whatever it is. I've got it up here.
15.
Wisdom, that is exactly a pass. So nothing happens whatsoever.
Bonus action?
I don't know. I don't think there's really anything useful to do. I'm good.
On the stream.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm done.
Sorry, lots of things going on. That means that's Natasha's turn. Natasha will... How many you wanted to start doing damage? She didn't take any fucking offensive spells, did she?
Is
Yeah.
that thing behind the skeleton Natasha's spiritual weapon, or
It
is it
is
just something?
indeed.
Okay.
Which will attack. Hit. 11 force damage, which is exciting.
Oh yeah.
Creature's nearly dead. I guess action she will Dawnfire on Thorin, meaning this creature makes a con save. 14. What's her spell save DC? 15.
Probably
Nice.
15.
Takes 2d4 radiant damage. Which is enough to kill it. Isn't that exciting?
Hey.
Thorin, you gain 6 temp HP if you want it.
I'll take it.
And it's Kiavo's turn.
Okay. I shall advance back out and see the carnage that's happened. Which
Yep,
one
oh.
got killed? That one.
I'm trying to click
Ooh,
it, but
Dex.
I've got
Dex.
a...
Dex saves.
Hold on. Yeah, deck save first, Jamal.
Ah, deck save. Right.
There we go.
That's a no from the deck save.
Okay, you're on your ass.
I'm on my ass.
Yeah. Sleep
So I was
storm.
here. Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Half your
Half
movement
my
speed to
movement
get
to
up,
get
and
up.
it's difficult terrain.
Right. So I can only move 2 steps then.
Yep.
Then I shall go here.
Okay.
This one here.
Yep.
I will throw my hand forward and have it make a strength saving throw as I try to slam it down into the ground.
10.
That's a fail.
Nice.
That will be 6 force damage and knocking the thing prone.
Yes.
Hopefully, with it being difficult terrain and slippery as all hell, this thing will struggle to get back up.
Indeed, it will.
That will be my turn.
Okay.
Can it get back up?
Is it going to try? Real question. Really aren't many nasty violent spells for clerics level. What are you gonna do? Speak with the fucking dead? You notice the dark ghosts appear around him. Do I have this?
Dark ghosts.
Dark ghosts, you say?
Yeah, apparently I don't have Spirit Shroud though. What is the range on that shit? 15-foot radius on self. Okay. Yeah, dark ghosts appear around him. A 15-foot radius around him. I can't think of any other spell that's got a 15-foot radius right now.
You can just draw a circle for now. Yeah.
Cool. I think that's 15 foot. Whatever. It's not. It's a square, not a. It's a cube, not a circle, but it'll do. Oh, I've just found it. Cool. That will conclude his turn. And that brings us to Torrin.
Dex save.
Bastian, what's your spell save DC?
15.
Cool.
I
You're still
made it.
standing.
Yep. But still difficult terrain, right?
Yep.
I have 35 feet.
Then you may
of
move
movement.
20. You may move 17 and a half, which will get you to
17.
next to him
Okay.
because it's only 15. Up to-
And what do I know? So these ghosts are basically just swirling around him?
Yeah. I don't think
Interesting.
Torrin knows shit about that.
No.
If I'm being honest.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and just
I know that Rico does, though.
Yeah.
But Torin does not, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna
as such,
get all up in his grill.
make a wisdom save, please.
Lots of wisdom saves today. Will I pass one though? No, I won't.
Okay, you shall take 3d8 necrotic damage.
Oh,
Oh
Let
dear.
me do that.
let's hope I stay alive.
Did you live?
Oh yeah.
8 necrotic damage. There you go.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna. That's basically your temp HP, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and smack a bitch. Just to clarify,
Smack it.
Torin, you are one step to the left.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's sort of
There it is.
poking out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
really weird. You don't have line of sight on him, do you?
Not
There you
quite.
go.
Okay, cool. So first attack is gonna be 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Let's throw in a level 1 smite on that guy. So 7 slashing plus 11 radiant.
Nice. He looks severely
then-
wounded.
Second attack for a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Another 13
Ooh.
slashing. And I think that he would probably pump the smite into this one as well.
Oh, okay.
Just because.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know.
Once you've smiled, I'll
Okay.
tell you that he was dead to the slashing damage.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay,
I'd rather die,
and
mate.
that will end our combat. As they are down. I'm going to assume that Sebastian stops raining sleet from the sky. It only lasts a minute anyway. Cool. And at this point, but just before we take a moment, I'm echoing off somebody, by the way. You are able to find yourselves. Oh, it says. Oh, in the wrong place. Sorry. Very confused. I've misplaced something. Tyron, can you move one square to the right for me?
There you go.
Oh, no, it's just vanished. Alright, let me replace it. I think I deleted it in the fight, trying to get rid of the,
The spiritual weapon.
Snowball swarm. Whatever
Oh.
that hell was. Now we have to find out. Oh, just there's a chest. There's a chest, guys.
Oh.
There's a chest. It's right next to you. I just can't find it.
Right next to me?
Oh, fuck it. We're throwing in this chest. I don't know what this looks like. I don't know where it's gone either. Sure. There. It's there. It's there. It's there.
I believe you.
Cool. Let's,
Hey.
Okay. It appears to be locked, but otherwise it is pretty easy to smash up if you want, or you can try and open it. You can also investigate it to see if it's trapped, but that doesn't sound like something that Sebastian would do. Go ahead and give me a Thieves' Tools check.
An 18.
An 18. I'm afraid that is a failure.
Failure.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But Torin, you can probably just
Yeah.
stick your sword through it if you want.
I'm gonna try to smash it then.
But that's absolutely fine. So you hit it a couple of times, and then the third time it just sort of crunches through. And to Kiavo's horror, you see a scroll case rolling out of this chest. He hopes that you haven't cut it at all.
I hope so too.
Oh my word. Okay.
However, you do also see a small pouch of gems. You've ripped the pouch, but the gems just spill out over the bottom of the chest. The gems add up to 100 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Is a lot of money in your little world. As you look into the scroll case, you see lightning bolt fly and a Chardalon's stride. Each of those Nagas, sorry, no, each of them. The Naga that Torin killed also had a strange shaped wand on him.
Oh.
However,
I'll,
we're going to take a short break there, so I'll let you guys discuss loot out of context. And we'll be back shortly.
Who?
and welcome back to the second half of Beldania episode 16. Our party are currently in a dungeon, and Natasha's nearly dead. She's going to take a look at herself. Consider what she should do.
She could drink that healing potion that we just received.
I think that's probably a little powerful for her. She's going to use a cure wound. Oh, where's that rolled? Is that rolled to d20? And then she'll use another one. There you go. She's full health. 2 level 1 spell slot. She looks
Torrent's
around
gonna-
and does anybody need help?
Yeah, Torrent's gonna lay on hands himself for
You only
10.
have 10 left, right?
Yeah.
She'll prod you first. Have 9 health.
Okay. I'm still gonna lay on
That's a
hands, but
minimum
I'll take the
roll.
9 as
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
Thank you, Natasha.
Mm.
As always.
I'm not role-playing Natasha.
So, these in the corners.
It'd be
These are
like,
just
"You're
lights,
welcome,
yes.
Torrent."
So, the 4 gold things are braziers. And in these corners are like pits where they've got like, these magical lights.
Ah. True.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Hmm. Oh, I can't get down. There it is. Shall we see what's over here? And I'll begin walking to the right, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
By all means.
Oh, look, another room.
Not to be too like, ooh, look at everything that's weird on Roll20, but is there any significance to the weird like shaded out tiles, like those?
You can see those.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, what are they?
Interesting.
Inspect them.
You look at them deeply. They don't seem to do anything.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So these are indicators. They shouldn't be. They're in the GM layer, so they shouldn't make any difference to you guys.
Fine.
But they're just indicators. In fact, they're an indicator for this. The little light that's following you, that was in the brazier.
Interesting.
That's literally all they're for. Because you remember the light, it lit up when you got there? I needed the little
Right.
indicators for where the lights were.
I see.
That's literally it. Cool, yeah, this room appears to be empty. There is another pedestal at the center of the room. And this is in memoriam of Artur, A-R-T-U-R, Roseguard,
Arthur.
leader of the Order of the Rose. And then it gives some dates, which are approximately 560 years ago.
What are these things I'm standing in front of here?
Empty brazier stands.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Ooh.
They could potentially be lit if you want.
Yeah, let's light them.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Second.
I'm gonna snort a little stream of fire into my brazier.
Those are giving off light, right? Yes. Yes,
Mine
there we
is.
are.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lead the way, Sebastian.
Exactly who we want leading the way.
Just another curiosity as we've just started using Roll20 a lot. Is it only because I'm short that these braziers all act like pillars and block sight, or does it do that for everybody?
No,
No, it does that for me.
and it's intentional.
Just curious.
Because those 2 braziers you just walked past, these things, not braziers. They are pillars
Yeah,
that
those are
go all the
pillars,
way up to
no?
the ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay, but the ones in the other room did it for me too, and you said those were lights.
Yes,
Oh, really?
I'm using them as lights. I think they're
Oh, I
actually
see.
meant to be floor-to-ceiling pillars.
That's fine. Just
okay,
curious
cool.
how it worked.
In his room, you find 2 chests that appear to be unlocked, and 4 crypts, one of which is broken. On the right, this one here appears to be shattered in some way, like somebody has hit it with a heavy blow. And as you pull aside some of the rocks, you see no skeleton beneath. The chests are open. Who want to open?
I'll open mine.
Roll me a 1d4.
Yeah, but do you want to open it, or were you checking out the crypt?
Opening the chest. That's a 3.
You find 30 gold pieces worth of gems, silver, and copper.
I'll check out that crypt real quick.
Can
Sorry,
I
you what? Mel, say that again.
This crypt here, the broken one. Can I take a closer look?
It appears to be empty, like somebody has smashed it and dragged the body out.
Can I
regular
sleight of
sized
hand
oh, sorry.
the gems?
Josh, hold on.
Sorry, I thought he was finished.
Sorry, Jamal, what?
Just a regular sized crypt for an ordinary sort of human, yes?
Yep, appears to be so. It does look like the entry has been forced from the outside. It's not like the skeleton's broken out. It's more like somebody has shattered this tomb and dragged the body out.
So someone's taken the body. Okay.
Yeah.
Necromancy.
Well, perhaps other reasons. You're not sure.
Torin will have a crack at opening the chest.
Yeah, you can just lift the lid up. You may also roll me a 1d4. And give me the results in a minute. Sebastian, sorry, you kept saying something about something.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I sleight of hand it so that everyone else doesn't see that I've taken the gems?
Naughty.
I don't even think anybody was in the room with you, judging by the people's positions, so sure. You can
Naughty
venture those
boy.
around. Yeah, 30 gold pieces worth of stuff, so you can add 30 gold pieces to your character, but by technicality it's gems, copper, and silver. Yeah, go ahead and Torin, give me your d4.
The 4.
Well, look at you, you just one-up Sebastian. There's 40 gold pieces worth of various gems and other unusual items.
Torin will look back and be like, "There's 40 gold pieces here. No, whatever. There's gems,
silver, copper,
and silver
gems,
and
all
such.
sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But just for mechanical purposes, I didn't see the point in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to
Okay.
ask. Sebastian, did you find anything on the other side?
Just some bones, you know.
Give me a deception
Oh.
check.
What?
Give me a deception check.
Okay.
And Nick, what's your passive insight?
I'm gonna use one of my lucky dice.
22.
Your passive insight?
Well,
Oh,
you keep
yeah.
giving me awards to insight, so it's way above what it could possibly be if I was just playing a regular game.
All right. I see. No, that's pretty surprising.
He's the
How do you
human
even-
bullshit detector.
How do you even get passive insight that high?
Well, I have, let's see, in the customize. You have 3 times given me a miscellaneous bonus to insight, and I have expertise in it. And a +3 wisdom.
Wow.
Holy shit. So it's if I had to ask you to roll, is that like a +12 or something?
Yeah, it's +12.
Holy shit.
Disgusting. That's what we like to see. Yeah. How is that deception check? Sebastian?
Deception. That's a 19.
Bones in a chest, Hennick. You don't believe it for a minute.
Now, Sebastian, sounds like they found some stuff over here on the other side that I suppose we're going to share as a group, and I've been buying food for y'all and everything like that, and you sure that's all you found over here?
Yeah, I am.
Now, Sebastian.
Well, maybe they didn't find anything over there either, and you don't need to get a cut of that, nor the silver I found a few hours ago.
That's fine with me. I can.
If that's how we're going to play things, we'll just have to all rush up every time there's going to be something of value and try to shove it in our pockets. But
Torin's looking disapprovingly at Sebastian. He's
I'm
rubbing
pretty
his,
sure Natasha is too.
and he's rubbing his nose.
Let me say this, Sebastian. If you are going to be rushing up and claiming things out of chests, we all definitely want to be nowhere near them, so that at least you are putting in the risk. I think on this occasion you did, but next time you go opening something that you want all for yourself, make sure nobody else is around to get hurt by it, please.
And that's why I did it here. See, you guys can look at me all you want, but I'm putting you all first.
He's become a greedy cat.
I've had my say. I'm not going to punch him about it.
Yeah.
So what do we call this? A loot goblin, a loot munchkin?
I think
Again,
Luke Goblin.
I
Loot
can't-
kitten.
I can't
Luke,
understand
yeah,
one
Luke,
of them.
Luke,
Munchkin,
Luke
sure.
Kitten. Loot Kitten, yeah, I like that one. A loot kitty. Okay. Another brazier here, James.
Yeah. Kiavo, stop where you are, please.
Yes. I was just going to move up to this one and also light it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just you were about to break into line of sight or something.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'll stop here.
Ah, cool. Yeah, as you can move as a group, just don't wander off on your own. That is just a pillar up to the ceiling.
What are these on the ground? These like whitish sort of outline things which look like they've got scribbles in on them. Can I take a peek?
I think that's just. Oh, actually.
I think that's
Right.
a hopscotch.
It is some sort of indication of where the separation is between path and like things on the side of the path.
Okay.
It's just a delineation of tile pattern.
Oh, fair enough. I was just wondering if there was any.
It does look like some kind of cool
significance
arcane
within
scroll, but I've
Yeah, it
certainly
does.
prepped
It really
nothing
does.
with it.
the- Yeah. That had me going for a minute, like, oh, this could be something here. But apparently not. Such is.
Okay, are the party moving forward?
Yes.
Are our wizards really the two people leading the way? Is that actually happening, or is that just
Oh,
a result
no.
of who
I'm
moves the
sorry,
token
but I'll
first?
have-
Torrin is
No,
walking.
I'm
I was just reading.
Okay.
Torrin will lead the way.
Okay,
Bravely.
great. As you step into this room, you hear a thunderous voice break out. It would seem we have intruders. Come not. Riches, do you? With this, you see... I'm just going to do that so that you can all see what he looks like. He wears a sort of crown. He has deep red eyes. He's skeletal, with sort of magic conjured into both of his hands ready. He is most definitely a lich of some sort.
Oh,
Or
wow.
at least an undead wizard. You know, not like the lich or anything like that. However, he stands here. Over to you. Do you come to take my riches?
Oh, who says they're your riches to take, sir?
Carried them in life, and now I carry them in...
Well, I suppose that would do it.
I concur.
Yes.
Sebastian? That was a lot of half a word.
Because I thought Jamal was going to say something. But I was just going to quickly ask, attuning to items, does that take like a short or long rest?
Depends on what it is.
It's a thieves' cloak?
No. I'm done.
Then I'm just going to shout from the back, finders keepers, losers weepers.
So you seek riches? Trespass not for any other reason?
I would like to use my action to pull up my hood and disappear.
You can hide. Sneaky thieves. Is that how it's going to be?
Well, We don't speak for him.
Ah, but he travels with you, and therefore we must enter into honorable combat or something, right?
Oh, Sebastian.
Well, now I think we were actually here looking for, well, more of along the information. There was some sort of an object involved, I think, but it wasn't value or riches we were here for.
Do you speak of the Crystalline Chronicle?
I believe that's
Is that-
what it may have been called.
That's not what it was
something like
called.
that.
Cavo?
I've heard of the Crystalline Chronicle, but that's not the exact reason I'm here, at least. But what of the
This,
Crystalline
of course,
Chronicle?
being the Crystalline Chronicle. Oh, yeah,
It's
you haven't
badass.
seen this yet, have you? So he turns to you and, I created this! Adal Nezarak, I! Great in life and great in death. And it is mine to keep, along with all the artifacts of the Order of the Rose. For I have made this place my home and conquered the way of the path.
You conquered the way of the path? Yeah, wow.
You gather he means, like, this particular path, not like
Yeah.
the whole 27.
Like all paths? I see,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
You should have had loftier ambitions.
Do I need lofty ambitions to defeat the likes of you, thieves?
Well, if a big part of what resides here is just knowledge, it seems that can be shared without being taken.
I share nothing.
I've certainly got the impression going through these halls that the Order of the Rose was a noble group of good
Perhaps.
deeds, and it would be a real shame if that had died with you.
I was never part of the Order of the Rose. Oh.
I misunderstood.
Yeah, sorry. So he was he's saying that like he owned the Crystalline Chronicle in life. The Crystalline Chronicle isn't part of the Way of the Path. That is his item. The book told you that this place had been taken over by undead. And the Crystalline Chronicle was here. He is the undead that took over this area.
Yeah, he
and
said
his
something
minions.
about the Order a minute ago, and I thought he was saying that he was like one of them and had risen back up
No,
here.
sorry,
That's
my
fine.
apologies.
No,
No,
it may be a genuine
has-
misunderstanding.
he has taken their artifacts for his own.
Yeah.
Sorry, Torrent, go on.
So you're
I-
telling
I-
me you would seek to stop
Jamal, hold on a
someone?
second. Sorry, Torrent.
No,
go
no,
on. Go.
it's really nothing. I just wanted to say, as when he like sort of like shot out and was like, I share nothing. Torrin would probably say under his breath, "You'd get along with our friend Sebastian then."
Okay, I see. I'm aware that you missed last session, so I want to make sure I'm clarifying anything that
Yeah.
is unclarified.
this-
Jamal, you were
This
saying.
is good. This is good.
So you would really seek to stop someone on the way of the path?
It's no longer the way of the path. It is my home. You are trespassing. And then he sort of sniffs deeply on the air a couple of times, but you bring magics of your own. You, and he points at Kiabo. Bring magics of power in here.
Do I?
Can't hide you can't hide magical power from me. Come. And I need a charisma save, please.
Those are not things I'm good at. That's a 9.
Okay. You feel this sort of grip in your mind, and you feel almost implored to step forwards and bring this book. However, Natasha will bar your way, and I'm sure Torrin will as well.
Oh yeah.
He looks at you all, and then glorious battle, like it's what it'll be. With that, I'm afraid he will wait no longer. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Certainly no reasoning with this one, is there?
Not with the undead generally.
Certainly not this one, at least.
Okay.
Why is it always the undead are so grumpy?
Oh, you know, I don't have. The
I
whole
mean,
life
like,
open.
yeah.
Oh, my visual quality on roll 20 just
It'll
absolutely
reload.
plummeted.
It'll load back up. It'll start back up. Call it. Okay. Weirdly enough, we're going to kick off with Natasha. Oh, why that? Who will get a spiritual weapon on the go? And oh, that'll miss. And does she? No. So that will conclude her turn. She really needs a good cantrip. Sebastian, as he sort of the battle begins.
Okay, I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. And then I am going to cast my absorption shield. Like that. And that will end my turn.
Okay. That brings us to him. I need
think
to
it
read the
brings it-
wording of Abyss Absorption Shield. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not going to block this. Looking at it, though, it's going to take damage from it. And he is going to toss a small bead of flame over the top of the absorption shield.
Oof.
Hennek and Kiava are in the open, aren't they? And
I
deck
believe
safe
so.
for everybody.
It gives me total cover.
From where?
The barrier provides total cover for those behind it.
I know.
Yeah.
But
The
let me.
effect is originating from behind.
Yeah,
it.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things to manage. I will get this fireball on the screen in a second, and you will understand.
Oh, well,
Brilliant.
I'm probably downed.
It'll
Did you say
originate
everybody
there.
makes a dexterity or
Yeah,
just
everybody
Kiabo
a
and
deck
Hennig?
save, please. Everybody make
Okay.
deck save. So because it is originating behind the point of the, this is what I was checking. It doesn't stop them from throwing something like the bead
Over it.
of the flame through it. It's not an attack until it explodes behind it. Right?
What a smart ass.
Yeah, I mean, I can't have absorption wall cut off every single piece of area in the game. I just don't think that makes sense. It blocks attacks coming from that direction.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
13.
That's right. Jamal's already decided he's dead.
Probably downed.
15.
Are you ever not miserable?
I'm just saying I'm probably downed. That's
Why don't you wait and see? DC 16, please. If you got below a 16, you will take 22 damage. If you got above a 16,
Oh,
you'll take
no.
11.
There it is. 22.
And with that'll conclude his. Yes, it does. That concludes his turn. A final down.
Who's up?
Sorry, Torin. I thought I said that.
Oh, sorry. Yowza.
yeah.
Let's see, what can I do here? What can I do here?
Torin, were you not full health coming into this fight?
No, I was at 39.
Oh, okay.
39 to 49. Yeah.
Yep, cool. Okay.
Okay, so I am going to future. Okay, I'm gonna cast hair. So who got hit? Sorry, in that exchange, other than myself. everyone got hit with the full brunt of it?
No. Piavo took the full brunt of it.
So did I.
I most
so
definitely
did
fucking
Henry.
did.
Yeah, so did I.
Right.
What about Natasha? She was
She's 30
okay,
of
kinda?
32.
Okay, so she's okay. I'm gonna cast heroism on myself.
Okay.
I think, yes.
Okay.
Which will give me 5 temp every round. But I don't think that stacks, right? It just like recharges.
stack.
No,
It
it
just
just
recharges.
refreshes
It goes
100%,
down, basically,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to move up, but I'll hide behind this pillar. Hopefully out of line of sight of this guy.
Yep.
For now.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn there for now.
Okay. Piavo, you're up.
So I shall. Let's go with Torrent for this one. Let's give you a nice little boon. Have a haste.
Ooh.
And now I shall chuck this potion of lesser healing of mine as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 health I gain back. That's something at least.
Yep.
And I shall get back round this. Get back around here for a second, just to take a moment to recuperate.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be me for the time being.
Okay. At this point, he will take a legendary action, and he will attempt to fire ray Sebastian. Sebastian, is absorption shield down? 22 wiped it out.
Yeah.
And your blue thing also down. Yeah?
My Arcane Ward is down too.
That is a 12 to hit you.
Misses.
Hey, Nick, you're up.
Sorry, I'm just fighting with D&D Beyond here, which seems to have refreshed some of my stuff that doesn't make sense. Try not to use things I don't have. Like, it had all my Bardic Inspiration free, and I've used 2, and I had them marked, and I don't know. We didn't short rest again, so...
Okay.
I don't know what happened. And like, some of the spell slots are used, and some of them aren't. It's gotten wacky.
Okay, I see you
but
as
I know I
having,
had-
for the record, I see you as having no second level spells.
Yeah,
having
that's
used
right.
1 first level spell, and
Yeah,
having
that should
used
be
2
right.
Bardic Inspirations. Yeah.
Let's see, maybe it's fixed.
No, I haven't refreshed yet, so I'm just letting you know if you need to put them back in.
Yeah, good. No, it actually seems to have fixed itself with
Okay.
a refresh. Sorry.
Sorry?
Okay. Sorry, I was just very confused. Didn't want to do anything I wasn't able to do. Not that I can do much, but I think to start with, I will run over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I think that should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just for the record, these crypts here... Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. These crypts here do not grant cover.
Okay.
But these pillars do.
sure, fair.
Yeah. And this
Okay.
over there, you can just about see it, is very large. That's sort of 6 foot in height. So
Ooh.
that grants full cover. If you were the other side of it. Okay, but these little ones don't. Sorry, Hannick. Carry on, as you want.
No, it's fine. I guess if he doesn't want to talk,
He does not.
I will 3rd level shatter him.
Hmm.
Let's see. I mean, it's easy enough to hit him. I don't think I really need to put the thing temporarily on the screen
Yeah, you
there. So that is a con save of 15.
27.
Oh boy, I was gonna just silvery barbs it, but I don't think it's even probably worth it. He'll just pass it again. Yeah, that was my plan.
Can
I
you
don't
specify
know
the
what the
wording
numbers.
of Silver Bobs?
If succeeds on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw,
He's forced to reroll,
he
basically.
has to roll again and use the lower roll. It was my intention to do it, and Hennick doesn't know the numbers, so I will use that, and he has to re-roll.
Yeah,
just he's probably going to pass it.
Okay, I think it's a straight roll. So he rolled with advantage for some reason.
Well, this is one of the things that make people hate this or whatever, that think it's super overpowered, is that it's like it's confusing as
Yeah,
to
I
which
think
way
it's a
it's
straight
supposed
roll.
to go there.
A straight roll is a 21.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right. So anyway, he'll take half of probably some crappy low number. Yeah, 12. He'll take 6 thunder damage,
Oof.
and I will do nothing else
No bonus.
because I want to save those couple of inspirations as well for things that might protect.
Makes sense. So that concludes your turn, yeah?
Indeed, it does. Yes.
Okay, as he looks over to you, he... Oh, I see. I was meant to do that. Okay. He will leap up on top of this pillar, on top of this crypt, giving you all full line of sight of him. That is his legendary action. Natasha is up. He's wondering why she took this damn level in Druid instead of having level 3 spell slots. Who looks most bummed?
I'm pretty bummed.
Well, she'll have
Yeah.
level 3 slots, just not level 3 spells.
Indeed. Which means no mass. Yeah, Torin, I think she thinks you're the priority. 21 HP.
21.
Yeah, bear with me a second.
Hooray.
She also... Oh, actually, hold on. What do I need to do? Should I have done that instead?
Whatever you want, man.
Yeah, sorry, can I retcon that?
Yep.
So that was 21 HP you can take back. You can undo. Instead, she will healing word you for 12.
Okay. Okay.
And then she will pump her Channel Divinity. So she'll do that first. The 20 HP. So Corin, go ahead and take an extra 5.
Extra
Kiavo,
5.
Kiavo, take 4.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Kiavo take 4, and Torin, you can actually take an extra. You can go up to full with that.
You go to full?
You'll be
I'm
at 44,
still-
actually. Sorry, 44.
Okay.
Yeah. She'll channel divinity and then healing word you. That way around. Okay, that concludes her turn because I really want to play this character. Sebastian, you're up.
I will. I will cast Mystical Array on that guy. Where is it?
He's the only guy. Yeah. Okay. Got AoE, yes.
Yeah. Oh, I can't.
Whoa.
Okay, I can't move it now, but
Sick.
there you go. And I roll a 1d8, I think.
1d6, I think. Or 1d8. Might be 1d8. I thought it was a 1d6, but go on. Yeah, it's an 8, you're right.
That's a 6, so he needs to make a strength save or he will be restrained until the end of his next turn.
Okay. That's a 12.
That's a fail. So I think
Ooh.
I think he repeats it on his turn, at the start of his turn.
Yeah, okay. Or he repeats it. Not to any relevance. That's a 6. So he fails it both times. Any bonus action, Sebastian? Sebastian?
I said no.
Okay, cool. You said nothing, but you meant no. Cool. At this point, what will he do? What will he do? Yeah, I think he's going to reach out with. So he raises his hands, and a little fire ray comes out of his right and left hand. One at Torin and one at Hennick. Sorry, Torin, that's a 23 to hit. Hennick, that's a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Yep.
Okay. 10 to Torin. 10 to Hennick. There you go.
Is it fire damage?
It is fire damage indeed.
Ooh, I'm resistant to fire.
You are. Very nice. You will only take 5. Hennick, you will take 10. Torin, you're up.
Okay, so my temp regens at the beginning of my turn, or
Indeed, you will gain that 4 temp H or 5. You said
it's
5.
3.
Did you
No,
cast an extra level?
it's only
It should be
3.
4,
I
yeah.
tripped out.
Okay.
No, it's not even 4. It's 3 because it's based on my charisma, which is a +3 only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let me see if I can even reach this guy. I can't even see him right.
Hold on a second.
5, 10, 15, 20. 5. Yeah, I think I can. I have 35 feet of movement.
So this is 30 feet, but you will take 5 feet of difficult terrain to get up to him at the top.
Sure. I have 35
Unless you wish to
feet
slash
anyway.
at his feet.
No. I'm gonna
Okay.
get up and I want to get up in his grill.
Hey.
I'm sorry, he's sort of there.
Ooh,
I guess.
actually, my movement speed is doubled anyway because of haste.
Yes.
Right.
In that case, I'm going to move you both sort of here. I know this isn't a real square, but it just looks better.
Yeah. Agreed.
Cool.
And
So
I'm-
Torin and Adon the Zarak are fighting up on the top.
Ooh, okay. So here comes my attack action.
Mhm.
It will be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so this guy, I'm just gonna go full Nova this turn.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be 14 slashing plus. Gotta burn that level 2 spell slot for an additional 16 radiant.
Nice. He appears indeed.
Oh, he appears.
Affected by the radiant damage more than other things.
Oh, very nice. Here comes the second attack. Ooh, that's a 26 to hit.
Yep.
I'll roll this with another level 1 smite. So 10 slashing plus 12 radiant.
Yep.
And thanks to Kiavo's haste, I
Hey.
do get to take another action or another.
Another
Yeah, I
attack.
can take another action.
Yeah, another
So
attack.
make an attack, dash, disengage, hide. Well, I think I'm gonna fucking attack. What the
Of
hell?
course.
And hopefully this hits. Ooh, actually, shouldn't these have all been at an advantage if he's restrained? Is he still restrained?
He is indeed.
Oh fuck, they should have been.
Go
at
ahead
advantage,
and roll
I think.
3 times just to see if you crit at all.
Okay, because that was a 26 to hit, so I assume the third attack hits anyway. But let's see if I hit. Ooh, another 19. 16. I'm wasting all my good rolls right now. Oh!
You got a
There.
20?
This one's. So
I
the
got
last
it, I
one's
got
a
a
crit.
20. Last one is a crit.
So go ahead and
If
give
I
me
gave
crit
you-
damage on your
If
final
you
attack.
had an weapon before, that would have been 3 crits.
Ooh.
Yeah. Adamantine weapon. Oh shit. Damn
Crit
it.
the smite as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna crit the smite as well.
You are rolling at this 3d8 for a level 1 spell slot, right?
2d8 for a level 1 spell slot.
3. He's undead.
Oh. So then it'll be 6 d8
Yeah.
for the crit. Holy fucking shit.
Oh.
And then you need to roll me
Or-
2d8 because you left the d8s off your previous
Yeah,
slides.
you are correct. So that's 29, and then no, there should only be one more d8. Oh, actually no, because I did the second
Yeah,
spell
you
slot.
just
Yeah,
rolled me
you're
a 2d8 for 2 others.
right. Sorry,
smites,
yeah,
yeah.
13.
So another
another
13.
13.
Okay,
Yeah.
and all this radiant damage, by the way, is he's vulnerable to. You are fucking mincemeating him right now. He appears to be wounded. Alright. Yeah, bitch.
Good.
Does that conclude
Good.
your turn, by the way, or are you like got some other shit up your sleeve?
I might have some other shit. Let me see
You
here.
haven't taken a bonus action yet, have you?
No, not yet. But I do not have anything because I have basically burned all of my spell slots.
Indeed, and you've
And
already used your channel divinity before,
I
right?
already used my channel divinity. That's right.
Sick.
So I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay, yeah.
Defiant.
He sort of just looks at you like, however, a swirl of energy comes out of him as he expends all 3 of his legendary spell.
Oh my goodness.
Token there. Now I go to the token there. Expends all 3 of his legendary action points. To let a swirling aura out behind, underneath him. I need a Constitution saving throw, please, Torin.
Not this time. 11.
Okay. You take 24 necrotic damage. And he appears to be draining this from you. Isn't it?
Go a little pale in the scales.
Kiavo, you're up.
Yes. Great. Let's move forward. Get that line of sight going. So I shall opt to fling another. No, I will actually opt to fling at third level, fourth a massive glob of acid at the BBEG here.
Yep, he is. Oh, you wish he was the BBEG. He is restrained.
Oh,
Is it
I
advantage?
don't know why it just automatically rolled everything.
This is at advantage.
Yeah, so I'm just rolling rolling to hit again.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
so
clicking
23
cast
to hit.
instead of clicking on the attack. Yep, 23 will hit.
Yeah,
And then in roll 20, you can click roll damages. That'll probably be the best way of doing
okay,
it.
right. So the damage is. Oh, I can click it in roll 20, can't I? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 12 acid up front. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
12 acid up front.
That
That's
doesn't
pretty
seem
hefty.
particularly effective.
Oh. Okay.
Apologies. That seems perfectly effective.
Okay.
Yep. I thought he had resistance to acid, but he doesn't.
Alright. I shall once again take some steps back. And yeah, there. That'll be no, I don't have bonus actions really to spend right now.
Okay, cool.
That'll be me
Henrik, you're up.
for now.
Yeah, I guess I'm up. I don't have a whole lot of idea what to do. I will, on my way over here, chuck a rock at him. I know it's not going to be
you
super
throw that
effective, but let's see. Oh shit, I scrolled. It's here. Is he still restrained?
He is.
And so that's ranged 2, right? Okay.
Yep.
Well, regardless, the other one will. The 23 I
23 will
assume
hit,
hits.
yep.
For 10 damage. I don't know which way we're treating that.
What's
I
the
think with
damage
Magic
type?
Stone it would be. If it were really Magic Stone, I think it becomes. No, it's still bludgeoning. Yeah,
Bludgeoning
so it's
damage?
still-
Okay, that is good.
Yeah.
That is a lot better than force.
Oh, really? Okay. And
You did get a glimpse of this. The spiritual weapon didn't do anything to him at all.
I see. Interesting. And then I was just going to finish running back here behind this, so I'm at least partially sort of maybe behind the pillar.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I'm going to save anything else I have bonus-wise.
Okay. Natasha will take her turn. Again, she swings with the spiritual weapon, but it doesn't appear to do anything at all. So I think she's going to pat Henrik on the shoulder. Say, live stronger. Have 29 HP. And that'll conclude
Wow.
her turn. Sebastian, you're up.
And then I'm gonna throw out a little ball of lightning. That's an 18 to hit.
Did you roll with advantage?
Let's say 6. No, yeah, I'll keep the 18.
18 to hit, that'll hit.
And that is 7 lightning damage.
That
and then
doesn't
I'll
seem
use my
particularly
last-
effective.
And then I'll use my last 5 to go.
Okay, cool. That brings us to Adonazedek. Makes his strength save. Fuck, you got a 7. Advantage on saving throws. It's a save, right? The restrain? Josh?
Say yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, you're not coming through all the time. He's gonna burn a legendary resistance to get out of a restrain.
Can I use my
Wow.
can I use my DM inspiration to counter that?
He is going to provoke an attack of opportunity from... No, he's not. No, he's not. No. Terrible. Oh. You see him focus for a moment, and his body sort of blurs into a unusual version of himself, shifting and wavering to all who can see him. And then he is going to wave his hand in a simple gesture. Where? Too many things. Somebody roll me a d4. Please.
So
Anyone?
1.
A 1. Good roll. 2 spectres appear. As he summons his hand and gestures for them to come forth. And they will take their turn. The first will swipe up at whatever your name is. Apologies. Person up there.
Torin.
Torin, 20 to hit.
20 to hit?
Yeah.
Hits.
Okay, that is 13 necrotic damage. Go ahead and make a con save, please.
9.
A 9, that'll be reduced from your HP maximum.
Oh no.
Okay. The
How
second
much
one,
damage is it?
13.
13. Okay.
Okay, the second one will also attempt to hit you. That's an 8 to hit, though, so that'll fail. You do notice that although they siphon life, it doesn't appear to be siphoning to them. It appears to be siphoning into him. Torrent, are you're down?
No, I'm not. I'm up.
Okay, on my screen you just died.
Oh.
Oh.
No, I have 8. Maybe it didn't take into account my temp. Actually, no, I didn't even need temp. I didn't have temp. I'm
You
at
did
8.
have temp.
8.
Yeah, push
I'm at
yourself
8
to
of
8 HP.
36.
Cool,
Huh.
great. Fantastic. Torin, go ahead and take your turn.
Hmm.
How many smites do you
I
have left?
think
That's a real question.
I have no smites left actually, so
rough.
I'm just gonna have to try to attack this guy the good old-fashioned way.
Shit.
So I'll take my 2 attacks.
Yep.
So that'll be a 19 to hit.
You're rolling at disadvantage.
Oh,
He is
disadvantage.
blurred.
Gotcha. Oh well, that would have been a natural fucking 20.
Good.
But it'll be
19
a
will
19
hit.
to hit. Oh, now it's forcing me to do a crit damage. Fuck.
Just roll the
Just
crit and
gonna
then just roll again.
Okay.
If you roll an 8 on the first half of that dice, you can have it.
But I rolled a 6, so
Yeah.
12.
Yep, that's fine. 12 slashing you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another attack
Mm-hmm. Advantage.
at disadvantage, of course. 17.
No miss.
17 will miss.
Yeah.
Okay. And then with my haste, I'm going to take the disengage action, and I will back the fuck up.
Go ahead and back yourself the fuck up.
I will probably come here. No, maybe here.
Haven't
I'm
let
gonna
go
drop it.
yet.
I'm gonna let go in a second.
Okay, you will have provoked an opportunity attack from the spectre walking that way, right? Oh, you took the disengage action.
Yeah,
Ignore me, I'm an idiot. Cool. Okay, he is going to expend 3 legendary action points to move up to 30 feet. Let's have a little look. That is difficult terrain, so that's 10, 15, 20, 25. Yes, he's coming down after
He
you.
got us. He got us.
Okay, oh, for goodness sake. This is doing 0 damage. I'm taking it off. However, disappointingly, the swirling effect will move with him. Hennick, Natasha, and Torin. Con saves, please.
Oh, come on, man.
13.
Okay. DC 15. Torin?
Fail.
Okay. Oh, all 3 of you failed. That is bad. That is 22 necrotic damage.
Yikes.
Jesus.
Torin is down.
Oh,
Fuck.
you're down?
I'm down.
Torin,
Yes.
appear contorted. Your eyes glow deep red. And you, as you fall to the ground, you rise again. Spirit of the Lich inside you. Red-eyed, ready to fight. Right now, he is controlling you.
Well, it was a
God
nice
damn.
campaign, guys.
Iavo, it's your turn. The enemy appears fairly wounded.
Which one? The boss or
The boss.
Right. Okay. So since Torin is down, I need to do this at 2nd level just for the fact that it's gonna be more damage, I think. Witch bolt at the 2nd level, I'll launch that out at the boss.
You have already
try to-
discovered that he is resistant to lightning damage, yes? He is also
resistant.
blurred.
Oh, okay, right. Fuck. Then in that case, no, it will have to be Melf's acid arrow. Then I'll launch another gob of acid at him.
Okay.
16 to hit. Fuck.
Give me the damage.
Alright, 2d4. That's 4 damage. Wow, that's fucked.
He's wounded, but he's not dead. Panic.
So question. This is not just Hennick. I don't know how it works either. But as Hennick, do I have any idea of whether simply healing Torin so that he's back to life would fix this situation?
He appears to be infiltrated by an undead life force. You don't think that healing will save him.
Too bad, because that's what I was waiting to do, is just heal him when he goes down. Alright.
Is this where we become an evil undead campaign and party?
Evidently. Don't know how to do that.
Protectors of the Path. Of Path 11. What is this, Path 11?
Yes.
We can have evil Beldania.
Oh no.
Evil building. Yeah.
I think what I'm going to do, not having a better way of solving that. Oh, but which thing is smarter?
Rust and Hennick.
I don't know which one we want to fight. Doran or the bad guy.
By the way, James, on the stream can't see, like... You need to move it. You need to move the map.
I need to move what?
Map on the stream. Don't see any of the players. There you go.
I am going to say to Torin, really like this vest you made me, but that glowing shit ain't a good look on you. And cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on Torin to try to take him out of harming us, So it's a wisdom save for Evil Tauren.
Oh, nice. I've been failing those.
But I don't know if it's you.
It's with a +0. So just roll
Did
me a
I roll it
D20.
or
Yeah, just roll me a D20.
D20?
Yeah.
D20 becomes. Oh, fuck off.
20.
1 second. No. I just have to get back to my page. Here we go. Okay, 9.
That's a fail.
So, yep,
Tis a
Evil
fail.
Tauren is hideous laughter. Prone, incapacitated, unable to stand up.
He's doing nothing.
Laughing maniacally.
Nice.
I guess unless evil version of him has an intelligence of 4 or less.
His int is 10.
Okay. So I will just say to everybody now, leave Tauren out of it unless you can fix him somehow, but don't hurt him for a while. Concentrate on this bastard who's done this to him. And, yeah. Then I will, move away a little bit. Oh, where do I want to go, though?
I'd just like to say that evil Tauren is smarter than regular Tauren.
Oh no! Oh no!
Zombie Tauren. Okay.
Oh,
I just want to get out of
no.
that haze around
Yeah.
the bastard. And,
Okay.
for what it's worth, I can shove Natasha back if she wants to be shoved back.
If Tauren takes damage, does hideous laughter end?
It is...
Because Natasha
Each
would
time
know
it
this.
takes damage, and at the end of its turns, it can make another wisdom
Natasha
save.
would know that. Okay.
That's why I said not to hurt him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So she's gonna move around here. Doesn't have a magic weapon. Only way she has of damaging this guy is to cast Dawnfire on herself. Seems
Do
kind of
it.
shit. No, she's just gonna heal herself.
Did the music get paused?
No, the music is
No,
playing
it's just quiet.
loudly.
Quiet.
To me. Sebastian.
Oh, it's not playing at all
You're
for
up.
me. What the hell?
There it is. Just pop back in.
Okay, and then I will throw another ball of lightning. That is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 16 lightning damage.
16.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting.
is he still blurred?
No. Oh, he's not.
Good.
He used his concentration to get down here. Does that conclude your turn, Sebastian?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, he will make 2 attacks on Asher. First is a 16,
Nice.
which will miss. Second is a 9,
Nice.
which is a nat 1. That'll definitely miss.
Ooh.
Torrin, it is your turn. I need a charisma save.
Charisma save with
Instead of a
my
death save.
with my
With
modifier.
your own stats.
Okay.
I will inform you that these are the equivalent of rolling death saves.
You rolled a nat one.
I'm afraid that is 2 failures on your death saves.
Jeez.
Oh.
Diavol,
To failure.
go up. He is brutally wounded. Torn asunder, bits of his armor hang loose. His specters have forgotten
Finish
to take,
him.
his specters have forgotten to take their turns, so they're going to do that before you get your turn.
Evil Tauren also gets a save against hideous laughter. At the end of his turn.
I've kind of put that as a
It's up to you.
So, full disclosure, the Corinth clone, for him to make a save requires a reaction from the boss. So
I see.
it's not doing it. Yeah. Kiavo, just before you take your turn, these specters are going to float down, one at Natasha for 12 to hit, and one at Henrik for 13 to hit.
Yeah.
Henrik, make a con save, please. You will take 10 necrotic damage. That is
Hey.
a success.
I saved, but I'm at 1 HP.
Yeah. Kiavo, it's your turn now. Sorry, I didn't mean to go past the turn, but I can't.
Oh, this feels really bad because I know he's fucking resistant. But
Do it.
yeah, witch bolt time.
Okay.
Can you charge it?
It's a 14 to hit.
That'll miss, I'm afraid.
Man.
Well, I'm fucked. That's me.
Damn.
Hennick, you're up.
How bad does he look?
Severely brutalized. He has bits of bone hanging out. His jaw is lopped to one side. One eye has stopped glowing red. And is just a black socket. He has lightning smoldering from his shoulders. And he's got acid burns all over his chest. He looks like he could
And what
fall over
about-
from a stiff breeze.
What about Sebastian and Natasha?
Natasha's looking fine, but is desperately flailing around because she has no way of hurting him.
Right.
And Sebastian is looking kind of okay. Half health. Make of that what you will.
Yeah. Let's see how big this. I would know how big it is, but I need to put the thing on there because I may shove somebody out of the way first. Come on, I don't understand this stuff works properly yet. All right, where would I put that then to not hit Torrent because he can't move and it would kill him forever and ever.
He will not. You would understand that he wouldn't take a death fail for you hitting him with that. He will just get unlafted.
Okay,
You
so I will
understand that
try.
he's an evil zombie, right? He's not going to
Interesting.
die from damage.
Sure. Well, I will try to well, he may be too far away. How far away from me is? Oh no, I could try to shove Sebastian back out of the range of this first. If he's willing, then I think he can go back into that little nook, out of the range of the shatter.
I'm afraid I will put him there instead.
That's yeah, whichever. It's just
Okay.
away from me.
Yeah.
So whichever makes more sense.
Yeah.
Didn't have a great,
I just won't push him
great
through
look
a
on
wall.
it.
I'll push him along it.
So last third level slat.
Ooh.
Con save from Big Bad here.
Save from Big Bad.
He'll probably pass, but
He rolls it.
at least this way it's guaranteed damage first instead of an attack.
You never know. Good luck
Okay,
may be on our
through.
side.
Did that not come through?
I
No, it
didn't
came
see
through.
it.
Oh no, I didn't see anything. I see the damage. Good.
We've
Ouch.
got a. Fuck's sake, I'm just going to roll it twice. We got a 25 on the concept.
Okay, so he passes, so he takes 13 thunder damage.
You're kidding me.
Well, has he got 14, something like that?
The enemy is on 1 HP. You know that he is on the brink of death. Natasha flails away, but has no way of killing him at all.
the
She kind of
Dawnfire?
does. She kind of does. She can force him to make a con
Dawnfire.
save. Okay, she'll force him to make a con save. As she sort of presses her hand to herself, and a ball of light appears around her. He will make a con save with advantage. It does nothing. Sebastian, you're up.
Do it, Sebastian.
What are you doing? Please tell us.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna like seeing like everyone's so injured and evil Torin just laughing. I'm just gonna throw a little ball of lightning and hope for the best.
Oh,
So that is a 12 plus. That's a 19 to hit.
A 19 will hit.
let's go.
Right. And then that is 11 lightning damage.
You see his body crumple in on itself, his bones breaking and snapping as he falls into the ground. However, you see rising from him a green light, and you hear a voice on the wind. I don't die so easily. I'll find you again. And with that, his soul disappears out into the wind. And we are left staring at Torin. His body lying upon the ground. His eyes glow red. I'm assuming that Hennick will stop him from laughing maniacally.
Oh, not if I think he might attack us and we have to kill him.
Okay, so whilst laughing maniacally, Torin, hit a charisma save.
Here we go. Let me get back to my.
Fuck.
This is nerve-wracking, boys. Come on, nat 20. If there was ever a time for a nat 20, it'd be right now.
I really don't understand how this works. So.
18?
That is one success. As
Okay.
you battle against this force in your mind, as the Lich is trying to control you from afar. Need a second con save. You need to succeed as if it was death saves.
Charm or con, right?
Charisma. Sorry, I don't know why I said con.
Can I give him my inspiration for him to roll with advantage?
Yeah, or bardic inspiration, perhaps.
I'm gonna need it.
As you press from the outside, you feel like you're being implored to do better. I will let you roll with the bardic inspiration on one of your 2 rolls. That is it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take it for that one because it was an 8. So, unless I roll a 1 on this. Okay, so that'll be a 13.
Okay, so you are now at 2 fails and 2 saves.
That is correct.
Full disclosure, if you fail this will be the end of Torin.
Understood.
Please.
Do we have any idea what will change anything?
You
Doesn't
just
matter, I
see
rolled
him
23.
battling with this sort of tortured mind inside his soul. And then, very slowly, his red eyes stop glowing so brightly. They fade away. And you notice Torin's real eye color falling through very faintly from the back. He almost sort of retches, and this green spirit-like creature, just like the Lich, spews forth from his throat and follows out after the Lich. Torin, you have no recollection of what has just happened, except for the fact that you feel exhausted. Like the hardest thing you've ever gone through.
Did I see the green thing escape from me?
Very briefly saw it just sort of falling off into the distance.
I'll look up at my
Christ.
I'll look up at my companions and sort of say, like after like seeing this like thing come out of me, I'll say something like, I don't think that I've ever breathed anything like that before. And I'll probably just like pass out of exhaustion, I assume.
As Torin falls to the ground, Natasha sort of rushes over.
I was no hairball I fucking recognize.
Somehow exiting up. No idea how I did that. Sorry, I'm coming. Yeah, as Natasha sort of rushes over to heal you, expending sort of everything she has, really, to try and bring you back up.
If he's down, I can bring him up as well. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just at this point she's sort of she's going to just channel for 20 minutes. It's not a big
I see.
thing.
I mean, I can healing word him. I have 1 slot left, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand if he was down or what he was.
You do notice that these bones upon the ground are still wearing their robes, are still clutching the mace and the strange focus he had in his left hand. The crystalline chronicle still at his belt. Orange sphere. Although, Torin, you don't remember what's happened, you just feel very exhausted. As Natasha brings you back, she sort of looks at you and... I thought we'd lost you there. It was like something was possessing you.
Possessing me, you say?
That was messed up beyond all belief.
I'm just glad that everyone is all right. Sebastian?
I'm here. He stood right next to you.
I'm so glad, and I'll put my hand on his head and sort of like pet him.
I'm gonna flick everyone 6 gold worth of a gem. You all really earned this.
I'll just shake my head.
So, as you... Go on.
No, I barely know what to say, Torin. I don't. Does anybody? Some of you folk a bit smarter. I can talk to just about anything, but I don't know what we could have done there. This is something I don't know. He's really just.
I can't imagine I could help you very much, Henrik. I barely remember anything.
Well, if Henrik doesn't have the words, I certainly won't.
No matter. I'm here now and I'm alive.
This is true. This is true.
And I'll try to stand up.
I managed to do so. Getting a little rough, but otherwise with it. Might be difficult to even consider looking around at the loot, but it is there. So it is
A bit
worth
distasteful at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, but
I'm gonna have a look around and I'll and sort of like look down and I'll say, Torn will say, I thank you so much, my friends. I must admit I never feared for a second that I was lost. Not with you by my side.
well, that certainly was touch and go.
Well then, shall
think
we? So go ahead.
No, please.
I should say, shall we take what we came here for?
I think if we're going to desecrate any bones in this place, it ought to be to take the stuff off of this one and scatter him as much as we possibly can.
Agreed.
Whilst
Absolutely with that.
Whilst you were up on the plinth, Thorin, you did notice that the tomb itself had an inscription upon the top of it, and the lid did appear slightly open. It is worth mentioning. However, on the
Onwards and upwards, I
boss
guess.
itself, you find a ring, which is a ring of the ram,
Ooh.
a mace of disruption,
Ooh.
Oh.
which would ironically have allowed Natasha to be able to do damage.
Ah,
Is yep.
wow.
A Mabaran ebony focus.
Interesting.
A black dragon robes. And of course the Crystalline Chronicle.
Mm. Onwards and upwards indeed.
Yeah. Thorin, sort of like hazily remembering what he had seen on the tomb, will slowly approach the tomb.
I like the way that you're walking around prone. this.
Oh, sorry.
It's
Just crawling on the floor.
No, I just get this impression his body's lying down. He's sort of eerily just sliding.
I'm doing
However,
like an army crawl.
as you reach the top, those of you who can read Draconic
Ooh, that's me.
see the inscription
Me too.
on the chest. Upon the
I
chest?
can
Upon the
probably
crypt.
translate as well.
Yep. Nevertheless, one of you is fluent in Draconic, as you are a born dragonborn.
I'm not. I'm a cat.
And written on it, on the tomb, in pale green writing, here lies Thorin Goldenbrand. Gone, but not forgotten.
Excuse me.
Because Sebastian can read Draconic, as Sebastian reads that, he just kind of like looks up at Torin and kind of like stumbles a little bit backwards.
What's going on over there? I can't read that thing, but I can read you.
Yeah, Sebastian's just like staring at Torin.
I'll turn. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kiavo. I think it'd be best if you translated for me. Anyway.
Iavo.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something? I thought I heard you.
No, I was just like, what?
Oh. I will turn to Henrik and sort of say, it reads, "Here lies Thorin Goldenbrand, lost, but not forgotten."
I don't make no kind of sense.
Well, shall we have a peek inside? And I'll do my best to push aside the lid, see if I can have a gander at what's inside.
The tomb is empty, except for a single rose. Made of glass, perfectly preserved. Almost smells a rose. You're sure when you were here before you saw the bone? Body. There are no bones. Chiavo, you stare at this inscription. Give me an arcana.
So 23.
The words on this crypt are structured to change based on a certain trigger, certain circumstance. But although you can't work out exactly what, as you look at it, you realize that Oren should have died. As you all stand there staring at that. Well, in session.
Well then.
I have one question before we is the rose sort of like just lying on the ground, or is it like stuck up as if it was growing out of the ground?
No, it lays in the tomb as if it was previously placed upon the chest of whoever was in there, and it now isn't.
Shit.
It is perfectly preserved. It is glass, and it smells like a rose. It just is glass.
I want to take it.
Ooh,
I'm going to take it for sure.
you don't explode.
Nice.
Thankful
Nice.
for that.
In fact, I think in all fairness, you probably feel quite compelled to take that.
Yeah, I'll definitely
Um,
take it.
But as you take it, just for one brief second, you just hear your voice like a whisper. Your name, sorry, like a whisper on the wind. And it's gone. And maybe you imagined it, you know. We'll end there. Through the timeless traditions of MVPs. And before we do, I'd like to let a little out from behind the scenes, because, of course, Rico knows this, but none of the rest of you do. That should have been insta-death. It says here, make a constitution saving throw. Upon failure, if a humanoid creature is reduced to 0 HP this way, they die and their soul is consumed by Nazera.
Consumed by Nazarak.
I said this to Rico, and I said, I think we're going to rework this. But I couldn't decide how at the time, because I was just sort of trying to gauge his feelings on if Torin's dead, like, where's he at as a human? You know, I mean, obviously in some ways it's like, that's how it goes. But secondly, like, isn't even part of the story? It's like, I don't know, it just, there's a little element of me that just thought, I'm not quite ready to say goodbye yet.
A lesson learned.
Yeah.
A lesson learned, indeed.
Yeah.
There is something to follow. There is a consequence to this. We'll find it out in future. I'll let
Yeah,
you all know
he's
that
probably
now.
going to come back and try to fuck us.
Oh, 100%.
But I didn't want it to be a no save, no nothing, gone by Torin. It just didn't feel dramatic enough.
No.
So yeah, I think without the charisma saves, if you had failed those, it was bye. But charismatic dude, you know, there's some emotion inside. So I'm gonna come to you first.
I had a little help as well. Well, in due part, I mean, and before that moment, I was gonna say, fucking blasting through, what was it, like 100 and some damage, in my first turn against the Lich, but definitely hitting that last charisma saving throw was my highlight of the session for sure.
Glad. Yeah, and bardic inspiration. I just sort of
Bardic
I like the
inspiration.
idea that like as Henrik calls out to you,
Like, wake
some
up!
little tiny bit of you inside could hear. Is why I was willing to sort of.
Yeah, love it. So good.
And the fact that you still had it at the end of the fight. So speaking of which, Mr. Inspiration of bardic quality, Joe.
Yeah. Oh boy. I mean, I think I'm going first. I'm just going to steal it. That it's that the reworking, right? I think that it makes sense. I think we can still use this as a learning that there's dangerous shit out there. It was bad enough that I think that we can even some of our brasher characters can take it somewhat seriously, without it completely derailing a direction that the story was going. So I appreciate that. There's a lot of schools of thought on whether you change stuff like that on the fly, but I think it makes sense to do so. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think if Tora went down because he never quite got back up to full HP because of a chest, I mean, it felt rough, right? Speaking of people who open chests with no consequences in mind, Josh, MVP.
Yet to find a consequence.
I just Tora nearly dying, yeah.
But that was him, that wasn't me. Yeah, I think my MVP is probably the look on James's face when it like when you like. I think it happened.
It was probably
You were
no.
like,
I think it was more when he realized the actual
Yeah.
nature
I
of the
read
spell.
the rest of the
like,
spell that I hadn't
was
read
like,
at that
oh,
point and went,
No.
shit. Because this
Yeah.
is somewhat
Yeah.
homebrew, but it's based on something else, and I took the soul run because I thought, yeah, that makes sense. That's how he heals. That's how he stays in the
Yeah,
fight. And then I saw it, and I was like, I've just killed Tora.
Yeah.
It was
like,
horrible.
Yeah.
That's how he heals.
Yeah, because like when we're in combat when it's not my turn, I'm mostly looking at you guys. So then I'll just series James go.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. Like, I just, it's like
Good
I'm
stuff.
perfectly okay with killing an MP, with killing a player character. Like, I think in some situations it should happen.
Yeah, definitely.
As a side quest dungeon for some cool shit, it just felt so out of place,
Yeah, a
especially in
little
this campaign,
anticlimactic.
right? It would have just been like, oh, we went to get a cool little book and a globe, and we came out with no Torin. Like, shit, I can't cope with that. Speaking of which, we didn't talk about the Crystalline Chronicle. So I should just briefly mention this. I'd forgotten. This is an edged sphere the size of a grapefruit that hums faintly and pulses. Regular flares of light. While you are holding this crystal, you can use it as spell-casting focus for your wizard spells. As you know, the Mage Hand, Mind Sliver, and Message cantrips if you don't already know those. It has 3 charges. It regains 1d3 each day. And you can use it for the following things. You may spend 1 minute studying information within the crystal, and expend a charge to replace a prepared wizard spell with a different spell in your spellbook. Alternatively, you may expend 1 charge to cast a wizard spell without the verbal, somatic, or material components, up to 100 gold pieces. So, it's there. And it is a rare and ancient artifact. You can't have 2 spellbooks at once, so this is Sebastian or nothing. Because obviously you have a spellbook that, I mean, whilst a little rude, is quite cool.
And powerful.
Speaking of which, Jamal, your MVP.
That boss was fucked up. I think that's the only things I can say about that boss. That boss was fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I've never tried to make a boss like this, so he started with 120 HP. Just that. Vulnerability to radiant damage and resistance to everything else except for acid. And immunity to force. And poison.
Immunity to force. Good thing I didn't fucking try to slam.
Spiritual weapon
Yeah.
swung 4 times and did nothing.
Spiritual weapon was force, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, really unusual combination of sort of ways of staying alive, and he has a heal mechanic, right?
Yeah.
I said you severely wounded him. Torrent, you left him on 2 hit points in your first turn. The 180
close.
damage straight up, and I was like, this is meant to be this epic saga.
Yeah.
But then he healed, and I realized that the rest of you really didn't have much of a way of harming this guy.
No.
So when Torrent went down, it was like, oof.
Yeah, I was trying to hit him, and he was just so fucking hard to hit. It's
Yeah,
like
17 armor class, but you know, it was
I mean,
it was 18
it was
armor class, I think.
It was a great encounter, though.
It was
I'm not gonna
cool.
lie.
Yeah, I
it
really
was
enjoyed it.
fucking
It was I mean, we'd had a while without fighting in Beldania, and I just thought, you know, it's time to have some proper combat and go and do
Ramp
some
it up a
nice
little bit, yeah, for
things.
sure.
And I'll also admit, I really thought that first fireball was going to down me. Like, I
rolled very low.
First fireball could, especially on a fail on a deck save, could very well have insta-downed me.
Yeah, I mean, what's the recommended damage of fireball? It's 26, right?
Oh, I thought it was I thought it was 22 maybe, but probably 26.
22 is what I did.
An average of 28 damage per creature. So on average, I would have been instantly downed.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Jesus.
Yeah, I did a 22. I mean, it
Yeah,
was
I got
pretty...
extremely lucky.
Without dropping you guys to low health as you walked in with the fireball, there was no way we were gonna have a even fight. It really,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
which is so why it felt right to throw that. And he only has one third level spell slot, but the haste is beast, isn't it?
Haste
Which is
definitely
Haste,
allowed Torrent to
bro.
blow up that guy really fucking hard in first
If
turn.
I was at like full spell slots, holy hell.
Yeah, I just think it speaks to the sort of weird level feeling of this campaign, right? Like, I don't know, like, I feel like we're like little low level nobodies, and we have most of our stuff at this point. I'm not like saying that, like, where I think we got nothing but I think we have everything but the HP basically for this level at
we
this
are
point.
powering
Like,
up for sure.
but it just feels like we should still be fight. Like, I thought like the two long necked guys, like they're the hard guys in here. It's like, oh shit, this is gonna be the big hard fight.
Well, they were
'cause
really,
that's how I
really
feel as a
easy.
character.
If this idiot didn't use his counterspell, so it was designed for that very fight.
We'll buy one. We'll buy one back.
We'll buy
for a
one
killer.
somewhere.
Killer.
Speaking of things that you gain in this session,
A lot.
before anything, a free extra thing. Torrin, take a point in charisma. Can't argue with that.
Absolutely
Well,
needed.
yeah.
Holy shit.
For foiling a mechanic that you never saw and never knew existed, DM inspiration to Joe. Has
Oh.
no idea what he did or how he did it. Absolutely ruined a fight with the Naga guys.
I'm gonna
Like,
watch the whole thing again.
it was something so subtle, and it was to do with where you stood and what you had sight of. So
Interesting.
because of where you were, the thing never... You walked into the room, but you took only one step. And if you guys had have stepped into that room, you would have been locked in there. And that would have been it. Like, those people were out the fight, and you kept dodging. You never moved more than one step in. The door would have gone through you. I was like, okay, cool, that fight mechanic doesn't exist. Whatever. Like, so that was just cool. So take the inspiration for that.
Nice.
That was
Holy
beautiful.
crap.
To our incredible Natasha for dodging every single dex save with 10 dex. She'll be getting a point in dex.
Nice.
I rolled with flat as +0 and I didn't fail a single dex save.
Nice.
To Sebastian. Go ahead and take a point in dex for your sneaky loot stealing skills.
Sneaky.
Naughty, naughty.
For his intelligent usage of interesting spells. Actually, can I do that?
Can he?
I don't know. Hold on a second. Yes, I can. For his intelligent usage of like various different damage types and unusual spell typings, and saving that witch bolt to the very end, which was really cool. Kiava, go ahead and take a point in intelligence.
So, what were the interesting spell uses that you found
So
out of
it
curiosity?
was just like tiny adjustments that you made on the fly of like telekinetic slam, and when you witch bolted and how long you held off on like your higher level spell slots. And then
Yeah.
as soon as we hit this fight, he's like, boom, third level spell slot, haste gone. Right? Like,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
questions asked, like straight up, this is the fight. It felt
Yeah.
like Kiavo as a character was playing intelligently. As opposed to the player just metagaming
Like
it.
the
Like it
wisps.
was in character for the character.
Yeah, so I would also say
Those
the thing about
wisps
the
were
wisps
brutal,
as well.
weren't they?
Yeah, the thing I'll say about the wisps as well, I knew it was like something ethereal, so I'm like, they're not going to be strong, we know that much, because they cannot really interact with the world around them. It's a spell that's strength reliant,
Yeah.
but they are not strong creatures. That's
Yeah.
obvious by the fact that they're ethereal. And it isn't something physical, and it isn't something that interacts with them. So because it's magical, it's got to work on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I gave it that shot on the slam, and it's like, hey, now we're thinking of intelligence.
However, the final reward, Torrin, the initial reward was for plunging your blade so violently into this enemy. Go ahead and apply a +1 to your magical.
Oh,
The Fang of
Yeah,
Bahamut
shit.
has shown its true colors. It fucking hates undead.
Let's go.
That is that
Nice.
is where it's at. So yes, in terms of your magical weapon, can you cast it on your weapon? Yes. Is it worthwhile? No. So you can no longer cast it on it. I just realized that I kind of gimped your kit there with giving you a magical weapon that wasn't a +1. So it seemed like it was the right time to
I
apply.
thought that you were thinking like, oh, I'll cast it a bunch of times on the Fang, and then eventually through the casting, it would like slowly.
Why do my players
like-
always have better ideas as to what I should have done than me? It always happens, yeah. Didn't even consider that. Yeah, okay, cool. So with that, I must, of course, give single MVP to Bardic Inspiration. I'm really glad. Second MVP to your Nat 1, which made it so much more tense and exciting.
Very
I
true,
fucking love
Yeah,
a Nat
that was
1.
a real problem.
was like,
I
oh.
love a Nat 1.
Oh, get out.
And a final MVP to Dungeons and where we go and what ends up being dangerous and not dangerous. I didn't think the boss fight was
Yes.
quite this scary. I didn't think Wisps were that scary. I thought the Nagas were going to cause you a massive problem. Apparently it was completely the other way around. Who knew? So having learned that we know nothing and we are Jon Snow, we shall end session. Yeah, so if you guys would like to say goodbye.
Until
Goodbye.
next session.
Farewell.
Speaking of next session, until next session will be on the 12th of June. So there will be no session next week. We shall see you soon.